Morning, everybody!
Ooh, that morning sounds a little bit scratchy. Hey,
Wow!
what a football game.
Dude.
Vlad, if you went to a different school and don't like either of the schools playing, even you were on the edge of your seat last night.
I did go to neither school. I didn't go to either Ole Miss or Miami, but I am a Canes fan.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're not a fan of either
No
team and you
dog in
turned
the
on that
race.
Oh
football
no!
game,
If you wanted to watch pure
exciting,
adrenaline, pure competition,
yeah,
pure just back and forth, that was last night.
That was crazy. Oh,
that
my
was
God.
crazy.
It was crazy.
And
Cheeks.
let me
Fourth
tell
quarter
you,
cheeks were tight.
hey, I'm gonna tell you how bad the game got. So I'm watching the game with Mima because, well,
Oh, boy.
yeah. And she's a over enthusiastic cheerer. It got to the point where she said, I can't watch. I'm going to bed. Tell me what happens.
She got stressed out?
Yes.
Wow. Me, my
Yes.
I got to tell you, I had people were asking me yesterday when I did the old pool cannonball, which wakes up my entire neighborhood. I mean, that's the whole point of it. And, last time I had a sidekick, of course, was my son, Tommy Tobin. And he goes, and this is the problem with sometimes when you have a teacher wife, school comes first. And she's like, he's got to go to bed. I was like, fine. And he's like, he looks at me, gives me a look. He goes, you wake me up for the pool jump? And I was like, yeah, I'll wake you up for the pool jump. And so, like, the as soon as the ball's called incomplete, I, like, run to the room like, Tommy, let's go to the pool. And he goes, I can't get up. And so he just didn't have it in him. Little guy was tuckered out. But we jumped in that pool. Oh, did we jump in that pool?
It was, and the cool thing for me was, as I watched this game and as this game was playing out, when the tip ball got picked off, right? I'm thinking, man, this has the SMU feel all over it, right? They had opportunities to get picks off of Chambliss and didn't. And I'm like, oh.
It was crazy, dude. How many dropped interceptions?
Four.
Four.
One was a pick six.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That one at the end of the first half?
When he jumped the little short route?
Easy.
Jumped it. It would have. Yeah. It looked like it could have been the same play that was at the Cotton Bowl.
Oh my God! It was. I was beside myself last night with all the mishaps. Then, we haven't seen the Canes play an undisciplined game like that in a while.
Whew,
and it was, and so those were shooting you in the foot and killing drives.
Can I ask? What's his name? Number 11.
What the hell was he thinking?
Wait. You know damn well your big ass ain't gonna be able to do it sneakily. He kind of went in and laid on the guy. I'm like, what? You the biggest guy on the field. Who you sneaking around hitting?
In front of two referees.
Right. Now, I will say this. The first targeting, the targeting that was called.
Which one? The Ole Miss one or the UM one?
The UM one.
Because the Ole Miss one was
Ole Miss one was more of a targeting than
yeah. I was beside myself with that one.
How are we supposed to and I was looking at it from a football perspective.
What do you do?
That guy's up. How are we supposed to know that he's on his way down?
I don't like targeting. I hate it. I hate it as a rule. I hate targeting in general.
Here's why, and here's my biggest gripe about the rules of football. Right? And it pertains to this mostly. You have two moving parts. And I'm going to tell you, as a runner that is getting ready to get hit, the first thing you do is cringe a little bit. So you are actually, when the defender picks a target to hit the target and then you move, you sometimes put yourself in harm's way, and thus it's not a targeting. And these guys who haven't been a part of this, it's hard for them to figure that part of it out.
It was such a crazy thing. And then they go to that official, and he was no help. I don't know who that guy is. The dude who they go into the booth. What do you think for us, Charlie? And he goes, great call, right call. He just kept he was like Steve Javie back in the NBA Finals back in the day.
Well,
where they'd always
the first one he thought it was the bad call. He thought that the player should have been kicked out for Ole Miss.
Yes, correct.
Well, they originally called targeting, so he thought they were just going to confirm it.
Right. He's like, oh, this shouldn't even take long.
Every time they called something, he just agreed with the ref. So originally when they went to him, like he thought he was agreeing. So, but like
they changed it. Which, by the way, they usually never change targeting unless it's, just clear. And so that part of it frustrated me. And here's the thing, that because I'm more than sure all Canes fans were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they called the pass interference and they go, oh, these refs are killing us. I'm like, tell your guys stop being grabby. I mean, he was all over him.
I know. Thanks for Lane Kiffin last night, by the way, chiming in, being at the end of the last week. Like, he was pass interference. Hey, listen, you guys only have 20 years to think about pass interference in the Fiesta Bowl. Don't worry about it.
It's only right.
It's
only right.
I don't know.
Every Cane fan was feeling, oh my, these are the ghosts of the Fiesta Bowl of the past.
Right.
Yep.
Like that's how we were feeling. Like, okay, all of a sudden they're undisciplined. All of a sudden, ball. I'm talking about, listen, guys. Whatever you had on your hands and gloves, secondary, take it off.
Yeah,
I've never seen
so many drop balls
and tips. You talking about tips? They
balls that's right. Look, not even hard thrown. All you had to do was receive the bread. Receive the bread.
They were doing they were like passing. It was like three of them all looking at each other. Basaint is like, deep shot bounces off. O'Connor's looking at it,
and every time they did that, guess what happened? Ole Miss would score.
Right.
Well, yeah, or something momentum. It was really crazy.
If you were a scarred Canes fan, this is definitely wasn't the end of a game to heal wounds.
Nope.
Because but I mean, I got to tell you, Carson Beck made up for when you think about we got questions about Carson Beck, and dude calmly went out there with those stones.
Yeah, we call him.
Took care of it. He ran when he needed to run.
Yep.
He threw it where he needed to be thrown. And he threw into some tight, so it wasn't like he was playing conservative.
No,
he was throwing into some tight windows, throwing dimes.
Yeah, well, we refer to him as his new name on this show.
Oh, we got a new name?
Yeah, it's Triple B. It's Big Balls Beck. That's what he is. He's Triple B now, dude.
He took over Big Baller Brand.
Well, I feel like, dude,
Big Baller Brand is under new management.
New management. What a time, dude. And then, I mean, the noise I made, first of all, when they had, because we're like, you're doing this game of the Canes are doing this methodical drive down the field, and everything for Ole Miss feels like lightning strikes. Right. And then they flip, they reverse it, and the Canes, they get that touchdown to Malachi Toney, and you're like, whoa, but was it too fast? And you're just like, no, you just got to take the lead. And then then they battle back and they're scoring, and you're just like, oh, but they left them too much time. And just the perfect drive down the field, Stones throws, CJ Daniels, Keelan Marion. Oh,
you know what? It never ever looked like anybody was rushed during that drive. They call timeouts when they need to call timeouts. They let the clock run when the clock needed to run. It was perfect execution, and I'm like, when Beck took off and ran, I'm like, there's nobody there! There's nobody there! I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, and then I'm thinking, because I'm scarred.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, oh, 2 hands on the ball, baby. None of them accidental slips. He's,
no, definitely.
But what if you are a Canes fan there is nothing that you can complain about, because that was a great game that your team took care of business regardless of what went on. And you could tell, and I pointed this out, in the middle of the fourth quarter, both defenses were exhausted.
Dude, it was crazy.
And that's part 73. He wasn't, they go, oh, he needs to concentrate. He was tired. He was tired. That's what happens when you're tired.
2 bad penalties.
Yeah.
All start penalties.
And so it was, I'm like, oh my goodness.
He said after the game, Cam Ward gave him the look. He's like, I'm never going to false start in front of Cam Ward again. Cam Ward, it was cool that he got to be there with the guys. And then, dude, like just the idea of they get to play for the championship
at home.
They're building.
Hey, just think about one game, man. Just trying to go 1-0.
1-0, dude. I mean, he was Mario Cristobal. We could just do the whole show on just Mario reactions to everything.
Did you not react, dude?
When he got hugged by his assistant,
get off of me.
Go ahead, and he was so mad at him.
That's very Nick Saban.
He had no interest. He's like, not till zero.
You know, he went to coaching rehab with Nick Saban.
Yeah,
that's very.
Yeah, we'll get it. I think it was, and then, I mean, the reaction he had when Mark Fletcher had that run where like they just bulldozed for like 17 yards with the whole offensive line.
He just gave it.
That had to be better than sex for him.
No, he needed a cigarette, right?
Like he was in complete bliss when he just saw the line being tough. I mean, it was so cool. But I'm serious, dude.
You know what? I was shocked. I was shocked that Chambliss was rushed, but never really sacked. They were getting him to throw to it. He threw some balls that he knew the rush was there, but they never really got to him. And then guys start dropping like flies. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, please don't. Like,
Dade South says, I like Mario telling him to get the team on stage instead of all the corporate phonies. Oh, the Verbo lady who's tried to present it. We here at Verbo congratulate.
I mean, you know what?
The Hurricanes.
How about this? There's no better run than a college CFP run because you get a trophy after every game.
Oh, dude. It's awesome. I was like, I didn't know how the trophy worked because the last one was just a big trophy. This one, I was like, oh, the ball comes off.
This was crazy. You get a trophy for every bowl game in the playoff.
It's fun
because you know all them sponsors need to go up there and talk.
Dude, but he was a delight, and we'll get all into it. He was on Joe Rose this morning. We'll give you some of Mario as well. We'll celebrate.
You want to give that quick announcement?
We'll get to it. Yeah, the Dolphins have just hired a GM.
We can come back.
It's not the Harbaugh guy. We'll get to it. Everybody's like, get to it. It's like, no, I'm going to celebrate the Canes. You know what? The Dolphins having a fresh start on something and hiring GM guy I've known for 3 seconds. Sorry, dude. 20 years. The Miami Dolphins still haven't won a playoff game. I'm sure this guy will solve it. We'll get to it. Jon-Eric Sullivan is their new GM. We'll get to it.
I agree with you. Leroy, you weren't here yesterday, so we have to get on Tobin. Somebody said this was going to be a blowout.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Hey,
I feel good about my prediction.
Oh, wait, you both felt like the Canes
I thought the score would be like 27-13.
I felt good about my Zog was giving me hell. He's like, what do you think is going to happen? I said, dude, because everybody was asking me. I was like, I'm thinking they're going to take in 2 tickets to Blowout City to this team. Like, that's where they're going. And you know,
it seemed like that's where it was headed.
That's what I thought. I was like, I feel good. I feel like the Canes should have blown them out. I give major props to Ole Miss and Chambliss and their coach with everything they've dealt with. And also the Canes did not play their greatest game. I really don't feel bad about my prediction. You know, I would have felt terrible.
But here's the deal. The score didn't reflect how much the Canes actually dominated time of possession and all that stuff. But the penalties, the drop balls, they catch 2 of those balls. The game's not even close.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That's I mean, like, they barely had the ball in the first half. It was crazy. But man, I can't believe it. A championship game on the 19th in Miami.
Day before my birthday.
This is so cool. This
On
is
Martin
so
Luther King Day.
Yes.
Your birthday's the 20th?
Yes.
We always do this. This is crazy. Your birthday's my son's birthday, and Leroy's birthday is my daughter's birthday.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
blacks love you.
That's crazy. Oh, man. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. We will get into the Dolphins. They have just hired their new general manager. It's not the Harbaugh guy. It's the Packers guy. So Jon-Eric Sullivan is going to be named the Miami Dolphins GM. Fast process for them. So we'll get into all that today. The Hurricanes, the final score is 31-27. Carson Beck, he threw for 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, ran for the go-ahead. It was Goosey's galore. They will await the winner of Oregon, Indiana. They play in the Peach Bowl tonight. Miami Heat didn't play last night. The stupid building didn't work. Their court was too wet.
You know who I felt so bad for? I told Tobin this. I haven't talked to her, but that had to drive Brittany crazy.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
There's no way there's no way she could do radio today.
No.
It all depends because they had how long was that wait? At least
it was a
long.
long. Dude, it was
a long
at least
wait.
2 hours.
It was a 2-hour wait. So
I just kept looking because it was like it was on the side TV, and I was just like, "The hell's going on out there?" Like it was, and it was treated like a Marlins rain delay because then they like ran out of programming. At one point, they played a boxing match. Like they just ran out of we ran out of Inside the Heats. What else do we got? We got boxing. Throw that on there.
And it was an NBA TV game too.
Yeah. Wild. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. The Dolphins' new GM kind of looks like John Hamm. It looks like John Hamm could play him. If the Dolphins ever have a resurgence, John Hamm could be vibing in the club down here. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Basking in it. Miami Hurricanes going to the national championship. They'll await the winner of Oregon or Indiana, which will take place tonight. They win last night over Ole Miss. The Miami Dolphins, it has been just announced in the midst of our opening segment. It had been great. Leroy, you missed it yesterday. We had the McDaniel firing. I was like, oh, man, that's like a tradition for me and Leroy. We do Dolphins firing shows.
Yeah.
We've had the last 3. We've gotten the coach has gotten fired during our show. That's usually a thing. How was your last couple of days? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. Played with some Indiana golfers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like on the team?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They're just down for break. They go back Sunday. And so the friend of Jason's, we went over there to golf with him. He's from Cleveland. So we golf with him at his golf course, which and the kids, they're so good. But and Jason is built like melted ice cream, but that's okay.
I'm sure you let him know about it.
Oh yeah, but we had we had fun. I hadn't like actually hung out with him and just golfed and had fun because with him being on tour and everything, you kind of get away from that because everything's so serious. But when I talked to him when he came down, when he played last year, he's like, I'm not feeling golf, right? And now he's getting close to, the senior tour. And he's like, I'm back, baby.
Wow.
He's like, I'm back. So he's been working on this game, and he's a weird bird in that you hear how guys, constantly work at golf.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this is my 3rd day since November golfing.
So, this broke last segment. The Dolphins, they are hiring Packers.
Why we got to use 3 names? I thought we only did that with serial killers.
That's what he is, dude. He's got 3 names. Packers VP of Player Personnel, Jon-Eric Sullivan, no H in his John, Jon, as their general manager. Adam Schefter tweets out, new Dolphins GM, Jon-Eric Sullivan is son of Jerry Sullivan, longtime NFL and college coach who retired in 2021 with more than 40 years of coaching. His father was the Dolphins wide receiver coach in 2004. And Sullivan has been in Green Bay since 2003, started as a scouting intern. He served as the Packers vice president of player personnel since 2022. So he gets the job yesterday. It's pretty much narrowed down to 3. It was either him or this Chad Alexander, who had a lot of ties to Harbaugh, because the Harbaugh smoke got crazy yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But, there's also a lot of Harbaugh might go to the Giants. I know people were dissecting yesterday. Jackson Dart was on the sidelines of the national championship, and somebody was like, I think he said Stefanski.
Or Harbaugh.
Yeah, and so, I think the Giants are going out there, and they're trying to put everything into getting Harbaugh.
Why? Why they would go Stefanski over Harbaugh, and the position that Harbaugh is in, and he's going to demand more power. And I always wonder, if you're a GM and you're hiring a coach, why would you relinquish any power to him? There's a lot of that, and that's why a lot of these guys, hire younger guys or hire, guys where they can maintain the power. And we see it all the time. And so from that standpoint, I could see them going with Stefanski over Harbaugh simply because he doesn't want, to work for the coach, the GM.
Yeah. Well, so with the Dolphins, if this isn't Harbaugh, and they've said, listen, the Dolphins were very adamant yesterday. And I wasn't very I didn't really buy it, but it seems to be the case is that they were putting out that, hey, this has nothing to do with Harbaugh firing Mike McDaniel. We don't have any inclination that we're going to get Harbaugh. Now, was it super convenient that
Yes.
the minute Harbaugh got fired, they put up another candidate who had ties to Harbaugh? Yes, there was. But this guy was, I think, this was one of the more popular candidates. People were talking about Jon-Eric Sullivan. The Packers got a great, I guess, would you say the Packers have a culture? Like that's they feel like they.
Yeah, well, it's weird because the Packers kind of make football decisions in anonymity, right? And like even when they got rid of Brett Favre, even when they got rid of Aaron Rodgers, even when some of the decisions that they've made, they don't seem to have the same reaction as like decisions with other teams. And I don't know whether that's because it's a small market team or there's really no owner to meddle.
Yeah,
you see what I mean? So sure. From that standpoint, yeah, I would say that the culture is good because if you have a certain job in Green Bay, you're doing that job without having to deal with an individual.
Guy says, does that make Mike McCarthy more likely? I mean, it's possible. Mike McCarthy's out there.
They have some relationship. They have had some relationship, but who said it was good?
I don't know.
Like we're just assuming, Mike McCarthy, he might be. We're assuming that breakup and why they decided to go a different route with Mike McCarthy was just a mutual parting of ways. It could have been like, we don't think you're a good coach.
Probably just start the interview, be like, Aaron Rodgers, huh?
That's what I would do.
There was there's also some stuff on their DC, Jeff Hafley. He's like one of the candidates out there.
Do you want a new guy or do you want somebody who has some type of record or
he's never been a head coach in the pros, but Vlad pointed out to me he was the head coach in college for Boston College. So yeah, he's got head coaching experience, just not pro head coaching experience.
But what he's done the last 2 years as the DC of the Packers defense, and they've been top 5 or top 10.
That you know what, and that is the tie-in right there. So if you're looking at what guys, Sullivan would feel comfortable with and have a relationship with, those things always tend to be strong, especially in the NFL. Where if you go back to a lot of the decisions, you could always see, they crossed paths with this team, or they grew up, they kind of came up through the ranks together, or something along those lines, as to whether the guys would be comfortable working with each other.
This guy, Kentucky Finn says, Tobin was this close to being a mush last night. Hey, this close is not being a mush.
Don't worry.
You're either a mush.
You texted him. He was on mush alert.
Oh man, I was like,
Tobin, were you like
Leroy?
Oh,
Leroy! I couldn't. Man, you put a quarter in there, 5 nickels would have came out,
dude.
Yeah,
I would have been able to make that much change. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I said this was gonna be easy.
Should have been.
He was not wrong. Dude. But it's Tobin.
Wait, it should have been so much easier. It was the hardest thing ever.
Now, it's weird because did you not feel like, man, this game is close and Miami's dominating them?
Yes.
If you saw the time of possession after.
Yes. That's what I was looking at, Vlad. I said this game is
3-1.
Right.
It was 3-1
Rome just says, pick baby Jesus. I think we got to wait like at least another year. I don't know. He should skip rules. Dude, that catch that he had that wasn't a catch. That should have been a catch.
No, it's a catch.
That should be a catch.
You can't tell me if I put my toe down and then I put my heel down afterwards. It's not a catch.
Oh no. That's not how it goes. If your heel hits at all, then it has to be in play. If you toe tap and the heel doesn't hit, you're good. But if the heel comes down, it has to be in play. That's the rule.
But what if my toe hits the grass before my heel?
It doesn't matter. If the toe hits, the heel can't hit. Whatever then hits after that toe, is considered. Yeah, that's the rule. I don't make the rule. That's the rule. So while we're sitting here arguing about whether it was a catch or not, that is the rule. You do with it what you want. Whether you want to use the rule or not is up to you. The official used the rule.
If anybody's gonna know about toes, it would be Leroy.
But I got to tell you, and like you couldn't when they showed the play live, and they said it was a catch. You're like, you couldn't really get a good look. But then they went the other angle and showed the actual catch, and you're like, what is this sorcery?
That was crazy.
I was thinking of the State Farm commercial. I'm like, this is sorcery.
But like this kid, how does he keep topping himself?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You know what's amazing about him? He seems like he's a senior and he's been in the program for 3 years. Right? And because I mean, how do you look to an 18-year-old for all your big plays?
Well,
right?
He had help now. He had help.
Oh man, he did.
Mr. Morton came out yesterday. He showed out. He showed improved yesterday.
Yeah. You guys and it's a little bit of nuance, but I'm gonna tell you the greatest sign of players knowing what to do. When he caught the first down on like the 10 and he ran the square in but started coming back towards the ball, right? That is good coaching. You don't run that thing straight across. You kind of curl it in, even though it's a crossing route, you start coming back to the ball to give the quarterback somewhere to throw it. And so that was perfectly executed by both the quarterback where the ball was and the receiver coming back to the ball, even though he's downfield running the crossing route. I'm like, wow, these guys are well coached. And you don't see that all the time because a lot of guys try to fade across and then get undercut. That was like, I'm like, wow. But Carson Beck throwing dimes.
Yep.
Very accurate. He missed Malachi. Whew.
Yeah,
twice. Yeah, when he missed Malachi, he was running down the field and he threw it outside.
Instead of in the middle, down the middle.
Yeah, but I know why he did it because there was a safety there. But that safety had like, what was wrong with their safety? I'm like, why on earth was he running up all the time? I'm like, yo, you gonna keep getting beat over the top, bro.
You know what's crazy about it? It kind of looks sometimes when Carson Beck's throwing. You remember the movie Rookie of the Year with Henry Rowan Garner?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like he's still trying to feel out his arm. Because like his arm isn't all the way back. So like sometimes it looks like the ball just takes off on his ass.
Right.
Like it's like whoa.
That's what's bothered me all game yesterday because I'm in my group chat with my friends and I'm like, yeah, his arm is not that strong anymore. Remember he had Tommy John last season, blah blah blah.
And then threw it.
Then that last drive,
yeah,
3rd and 10 to Morton. I was like, this guy's got triple B's.
You know what's crazy? And you got to give the offensive coordinator credit for this. In the last 2 weeks, they have been like 60% on 3rd downs.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
Like it is. If you want to take a stat that shows you like how well you're playing football, when you look at stats, say 8 of 15 from against Ohio State or 7 for, and you do it again the following week, I'm like. Like that doesn't happen.
I'd also like that this team, like it has this balance between having so much power, but then like Shannon Dawson has a little McDaniel in him where he just loves to do something crazy.
Now it came at some inopportune times. We were like,
inopportune times. Like they'll just, all right, we're gonna mow this one out. And I just gotta feel like I'm sure that Mario Griswold loves Shannon Dawson, but it has to really wrestle with him where he's just like,
I think it's a trust thing, man, because like what this man has done all year, especially the last couple of weeks, you just say, I'm not a fan of it, but go ahead, do your thing. You know, that's kind of how you do it. I would tell you this, when I tell you about those routes right there, that route and that pass right there, I'm going to tell you 2 other situations that absolutely would have driven you crazy today. Those 2 lateral passes that the players knew to pick up and keep going. So I think one was to the running back where it was a lateral and he picked it up and ran. because we had the same situation with the Dolphins, and the ball was just sitting there.
Schmeathan says I almost broke my TV when he called that flea
He's
flicker.
right. He's right. Because here's the thing. There was I don't know. Canes fan, let me know. Wasn't there a part of the game? It's like, keep grounding and pounding them. Like, why would every time we ran the ball it was 5-6 yards to carry? Keep doing it.
Dude, it literally seemed like only slippage on the turf
Yes!
that was stopping the Hurricanes.
It was some type of condensation. There was condensation everywhere. Like,
That's what I early in the game, I was like, because I see some, looking like Looney Tunes out there slipping on that grass.
Oh.
Condensation in the desert. Like, give yourself a -1 for just not knowing geography or something.
Listen, dude, we just saw a hockey game get played in Miami, and we saw a game indoors get rained out just now.
Yeah, it's conversations over. Yeah,
all right, but still, it's the desert.
I know. It was just a joke, Leroy.
Well,
It's a joke.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show.
See, you're laughing.
After this.
I'm not laughing with you. I'm laughing at you.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Got playoffs coming up. Playoffs. We got CFP tonight. You got NFL starting tomorrow. The Heat, they got a day off yesterday because the stupid Bulls court doesn't work. The Panthers got smoked. They lost 6-2. Tough day for my boy. I didn't watch much of the game, so I can't speak on it. But
5-goal
Bob, 5-goal Bob had a tough day. But they also they have 8 guys out because no Seth Jones, no Marchand. You know, so who the hell's out there playing? You know. So, but the Canes victorious yesterday. Mario Cristobal getting up early. He was on Joe Rose today, Leroy. This was what Mario Cristobal had to say on the group. He said he knew they were special.
I mean, this group, you could tell they were special in the summer. It was just different. Like we hit really well on both the high school guys. The guys that had been here for a while, they had matured to a level where they weren't going to be denied. And then the portal guys, we just did a better job on just making sure the character and the DNA and the wiring and the mindset were what we were looking for. That's a great combination. And these guys, we work to a point where you have to have love and respect for each other because it's not for everybody. So I think we felt it early on, but when we played Notre Dame game 1, we all felt that, okay, this could be a special season. But Joe, we got to get a lot better, man. We did a lot of things that hurt us. And we got to get back to work. We're on our way to the airport here in a few, and we're on the film, and we got to get at it.
Well, I tell you, coaching 101. Football is different than any other sport. So no matter how well you play, what you win for, the coach will get up and say, "Oh, we got a lot of work. We're almost there."
In fairness, they did have a lot of mistakes.
I know, but most of them were what? Can't catch and tired.
Can't catch and tired false starts.
Exhausted. There was a lot of exhausted players on the field from both teams.
Man, what a game.
I was surprised. Are you surprised Mesidor came back? He looked like it was Dunzo.
Hey, did you see the size of that intangible who fell on him?
All you could see was you can see a hand over here.
I thought he was done for.
What was more painful? The intangible that fall on him or the arm hitting the helmet before that?
Both.
The arm hitting the helmet.
But that's like funny bone stuff.
I was like,
not the way it was bent.
Yeah, dude, it was. I couldn't believe that he was back in the game. I thought he was cooked.
But then somebody just said, yeah, they went to the locker room and get an arm brace. I'm like, okay, that doesn't look like an arm brace is going to save you from that type of injury.
I mean,
3 plays later, he's back on the field.
Right.
I think
he missed like 2 plays.
Dude, I think that's just what makes this team so likable. They're all just fighting through so much stuff to get out there. Frederic, same thing, got banged up. He's doing it again. Moten was playing on one damn leg.
Dude, did you see that block? You can listen. You're a different type of individual if you're able to withstand and hold your own against a guy on one leg that's equivalent to you in weight and strength. He was defending a blocker on one leg.
Right.
Yeah, this is a crazy thing, man. What a performance. And the fact that they get to do it in their building. They haven't been in their building in 2 months. Remember, it was funny because everybody was like, man, the Canes haven't left Florida all year. And then they have to go on this just gigantic road to get back home. And I just think that's so cool, dude, because think about this, man. Like, how many stupid shows have we done, Leroy, about the stadium? Like, the Canes have felt, in a way, they felt homeless because everybody has this love for the Orange Bowl, and now there's a baseball stadium there. And nobody has been able to catch that magic. But the big games that have been there have been awesome.
Yep.
And the fact that you get to have this moment in your city, in that giant facility, that beautiful facility, off that canopy. Now, the prices are exorbitant. Oh, my God.
That's what I was about to say.
They are Super Bowl prices. They are crazy.
My nephew asked me if he could get, tickets, for the game. I said, let me check with my boy. So I called my boy Dave. And the way it works is you put in your request for the tickets, right? And as soon as the game's over with, they swipe your card. So
Whew.
he got tickets. And as soon as the game ended and it was confirmed that the Canes were going, they swiped. Same thing with the last. He went to every game. So he went to the Cotton Bowl, he went to the Fiesta Bowl. And as soon as the game was over, they swiped for next week, right?
Damn.
And he said, face value. This is not secondary market. This is face value to ticket holders, 1,100.
Woo!
That's not well.
Where?
Huh?
Where? What seats?
Where are they at? The seats.
I think he got club seats. He said,
That's
but
not bad.
Oh.
nosebleed is like 500.
I saw,
No!
dude.
No.
I saw
More than that?
nosebleeds way more than that.
Well,
just saw
that's
you-
secondary market. I'm
Yeah,
saying
secondary market.
he's a ticket like
He's
for
a season
him.
ticket holder. Yeah, I got you.
Right.
SeatGeek's cheapest ticket right now is $2,400 for the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Oof. This is so cool. And it's gonna be such a scene.
Well, here's what I think. If it's Indiana versus Miami,
Mm-hmm.
there's gonna be a lot of red and green.
Right.
Indiana's traveling. If it's Oregon versus Miami, I think it'll be 85, 90% Canes fans because that's a long trip for Oregon. That's a long trip for Oregon folks to do twice.
Yeah.
I mean, they were here not too long. They were here 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
So for
But
them
but you know what's crazy? They were talking about it during the Orange Bowl. And basically what they said with the national championship being here, that's why the crowd isn't going to be as big for the Orange Bowl.
yeah, I mean, dude, you said yesterday wasn't it $25 for a ticket at the Fiesta Bowl?
At the Fiesta
Fiesta
Bowl?
Bowl
You mean
yesterday, yeah. There was like tickets weren't. I mean, what there's not a lot of UM.
The only thing
people going to be going out there.
The only thing I saw that from the Canes standpoint, I think when the last I checked, it was like Tuesday, and somebody announced that the Canes only had like 400 or something left of their allotment. Like it wasn't a ton. They whatever their allotment was that they got to sell, they
I think
sold
they go
most.
50-50.
So they did. I didn't feel like it was overwhelmingly Ole Miss, but also I don't know if that was because the Canes controlled so much of the game. I didn't really notice it.
Right, because they weren't, but it got a little chippy with the Ole Miss fans at the end.
Well, they don't know what to do with themselves. I mean, Lane Kiffin has put them in hell.
Oh,
but
you know, Lane was happy, boy.
That they lost?
they
Hell
lost.
yeah!
Absolutely. He was like,
I want my coaches back.
he put his heartbreak emoji last night, and then this morning he goes, "Oh well, go Tiger." Like right back to it.
Why does everybody have to say TIGA? Right? Like,
oh man. We'll take a break. The Dolphins have hired a new GM. We will touch on that as well, of course. Jon-Eric Sullivan.
I kind of like talking about the Canes.
I kind of like talking about the Canes too. And honestly, I want to hear a little bit of Joe Zagacki and DBJ last night. So we got a little montage for you coming in for a little ear candy. If you didn't get to hear the game last night, we'll replay some of the calls for you coming in the top of next hour. Back after this.
is no good.
Cole Carter.
And Ole Miss will get the ball with a chance to take the lead. He was wide right in this direction earlier tonight. This one on the way. Oh, it hit the upright, no good. He clanked it off the upright. No good. 17-13 Miami. Back to throw, they rush 3. Beck looks, it's deflected at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. 22-yard field goal for the lead. Good snap, kick on the way, and it is good. And Miami's behind on the scoreboard for the first time since the first quarter. Beck takes, fires over to Toney for a bubble screen. Toney serves for the 30-yard line. Toney to the 25. Here we go. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's in to the end zone. Touchdown, Malachi Toney, 36 breathtaking yards, puts Miami in front with 5:04 to go in the game. Miami 23, Ole Miss 19. 36 magical Malachi Toney yards for the Miami lead with 5:04 to go.
Toddy, you can't stop nobody. Malachi Toney with the play of the day.
Shambles looks over the Miami defense. Here comes the pressure. Looks, throws, got a man open for a touchdown. The tight end, Daquan Wright, 24 yards. Ole Miss back in front with 3:13 to go in the game. Look at Shannon Dawson draw up here. Here's the snap. They rush 4. Beck looks, he fires, it's caught at the 20-yard line, down to the 18-yard line.
Baby.
It's Keelan Marion with a first down with 55 seconds to go in the game. Beck looks over the Ole Miss defense, takes, drops, play fakes, looks down the middle, caught at the 8-yard line by Marion. Miami's inside the 10, that's a first down. They're 8 yards away from glory. Marty Brown to the right shoulder of Beck. 3 receivers left. Beck holds his hands out, takes, drops, looks, looked, wants to throw, going to run, Beck's in open field, Carson Beck into the end zone. He runs it in over the left side. Carson Beck takes it in for a Miami touchdown. Miami touchdown for Carson Beck. Is that the winning moment? Drifts to his left. He lets it fly deep in the end zone. It is knocked away, incomplete. No time left. Miami wins. Miami's going to the national championship, Don. We're going to the national championship.
What a game last night. Your Miami Hurricanes moving on to the natty. Canes beat Ole Miss last night. Don Bailey Jr. and the great Joe Zagacki on the call last night on WQAM. Goosies on top of Goosies last night.
4-letter was showing them a lot of love. They were playing.
I saw that.
Yeah, they were playing a lot of those calls.
I gotta tell you, it was cool last night. They were doing a lot of on SportsCenter. They were playing because I was up very late last night. I could not sleep with this win. They were doing like a lot of reminiscing. They were playing 0-1 stuff. They were going over the roster. They're trying to teach these punk kids about the U back in the day. The history, dude. The history, man. But this team, I've been so impressed with how they've just fought through whenever something looks like it's going awry or a game maybe slipping in the wrong. Like they always just have a response.
This game seemed like it was a culmination of all the crap that didn't work out during the year. And going back to that and understanding how to fight through it when it mattered the most, right? So when you think about the turnovers with SMU, when you think about, those games back then, those 2 losses, a lot of the same situations presented themselves in this game as far as the penalties, as far as the missed kicks, as far as the turnover, as far as not being able to get the turnovers, and they kind of fought through it. And it just seemed like, hey, remember those 2 weeks early in the year? We've been through this.
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, to see this game play out differently, although appearing like it was the same situation as those 2 games earlier, because I know there's a bunch of Canes fans that said, oh, hell, here we go again. Absolutely. Right? Because every time, something happens, that's how Canes fans react. But
the only thing that I was just like was really frustrated by was like, I can't believe these are like the dropped interceptions and the penalties, because it just felt like, again, I just
they
felt
were
like
tight. You know what? And you could tell, like when a guard or somebody jumps early like that, and he's got to pull, he's tired because he's trying to get out there. You know, he's trying not, and he thinks he's got to dig deep because he's exhausted. Then you had a back-to-back targeting or targeting and then a late hit.
Late hit, yeah.
Right. And it was just like, no, you know, but a lot of that is you just, it's hard to fight through exhaustion in intense moments because you don't want to ever come up short as far as energy. And so you try to put extra energy in it, and sometimes it looks like that, you know, but you could tell nobody watching that game couldn't tell me that both Ole Miss and Miami were at the end of that game exhausted.
No doubt. And I think that's probably what, you know, I mean, these playoffs are a grind. You know, you kind of get that little break, but then you're taking these intense moments. Usually it's like, oh yeah, you'll have 1-2 games, but now like
every game,
this whole run is crazy, especially if you don't get the bye, which not necessarily hasn't been beneficial for teams having the bye in the history of the CFP. But I just think that it's inspiring. It's inspiring to see what they've done and the way they've picked each other up when there's been down moments, back to the Texas A&M game or in Ohio State. And then last night, I feel good for Carson Beck too, because he kind of came into the season much maligned. There's a clip of Lane Kiffin that's going viral on Channing's podcast where he's just like, $4.3 million for that guy. And look at him now, dude, to have that moment.
Well, if this is why you paid that money to get you here, money well spent. And I think anybody who comments or anybody who has a comment about Carson Beck, just watch him on the 19th and see, okay, whatever school you're from, wherever, would you pay $4.3 million to be in this game?
For sure. Right.
And so so how can anybody comment on about what Miami did and how much they paid Carson Beck when the end result is exactly what they all would hope for?
What are they up to in money that they've even won already? Because the ACC, you get to keep your money. You don't have to split it amongst the conference.
They've got 20 million already.
I think they got 20 million.
There you go. So we invested $4 million. The U invested $4 million and got 20 million. There you go. And that's not even counting.
And who knows? And like
sales and
if that doesn't say ROI, I don't know what does.
Right. And like again, for all the people out there saying I don't see it or I don't understand, like you don't have to. You're not the one paying the 4.3 million. The people that said, "Hey, we can win with this guy," and give him the money, and now they're sitting here now getting ready for a national championship. Okay.
I really just like, if they finish this thing, the thing I'm excited for, if they finish it, I'm excited for the 45 seconds Mario Cristobal is going to give himself of satisfaction that he can.
SVP already called him out for that. SVP.
Yeah, he has no time. He wanted to stuff SVP into a locker.
Right. And the SVP, he was asking him a question. He's like, "Hey man, don't do that, man. Don't do that." I was like, "Dude, can you let me finish the question?" And then he was like, when SVP asked the question, it was like totally not what Mario was getting all like, you know, "Hey man, no, it was totally a different question."
He was asking him a U is back. He was trying to go down the U is back route, and Mario hates that. He hates the U is back stuff.
Well, is that U team from the 80s and the early 2000s is never coming back, right? How you going to win games now is going to be totally different than how they did it back then.
Yeah. And this is so special in its own way. Like, obviously they have a kid who looks like a phenom who's at the spearhead of this. Two of them, honestly, with Ruben and with Malachi, two local kids, which is really cool. But the adversity they had to go through, but also the satisfaction of beating all of your rivals. I mean, this has been a year where they've gotten to beat Notre Dame, Florida State, Florida, Ohio State. They got to exercise the Fiesta Bowl, and they get to play the championship in their city. I mean, this is going to be like, look, they got a massive step in front of them, but this is going to go down as one of all time with those. But yes, very different from the kicking your ass by 40 and John decleating the intangible tight end.
You know what else? To all the people that had questions about who should be in and who should be out, I would like to say this was the 10th team that got in, and you had a question about whether Notre Dame should be in or not. Notre Dame ain't ever beaten these guys.
Nope.
Never. You like if you were to put Notre Dame instead of Alabama, right? They ain't doing this. So I love the fact that we ain't going to a bowl, right? Great.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
You say, bless your heart.
Bless your hearts, dude. Bless your hearts with
But
touchdown.
for anybody who thought their team should be in above Miami and then see Miami playing for the national championship, I'm like, yeah, okay. And you can't even say that. Yeah, look, there's nothing anybody can say about who made it and who didn't into the playoff. Because most of the games have been pretty entertaining.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. Your Canes' final score yesterday in the Fiesta Bowl, 31-27. Carson Beck, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns throwing, 1 big touchdown running. Mark Fletcher, 22 carries, 133 yards. Marty Brown with his 54 yards and a touchdown run. Malachi Toney, 5 catches, 81 yards and a touchdown. Keelan Marion, 7 catches, 114 yards and a TD. Canes will await the winner of Oregon, Indiana in the Peach Bowl tonight.
Can they cover a tight end? That tight end seemed like he was way open. They kept running the same play on both sides of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is you flood the zone with a deep route or a short route and then a tight end. So if you don't have safeties over the top, that guy's wide open because you're exploiting what the cornerback does. And plus, being that the cornerback's young, right? He's biting up on that out route or that short pass by the receiver, and the tight end is just right over the top. They did it going left one time, then they scored on it on going right. It was a weird, because you can talk about the defense, but like that's just a perfect play in that situation. And I can't, as much as I've watched football and been around football, I couldn't even figure out what defense they could have been in to stop it, other than that's the only guy that's going to be in that area. Stop looking in the middle of the field, right? So if you had film study, or if you had a chance to adjust that, you would just have the safety look for that guy coming across.
I would have one little officiating quibble.
Sure. But I'm saying, wait, hold on. Before you do it,
mm-hmm.
Vlad, I'll hear his complaint.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna.
Well, first of all, the referee's name was Snodgrass.
Nah, you lying.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Ron Snodgrass.
Oh my God.
That's
intangible, right?
That's rules right there.
Of course.
Definitely intangible.
Sounds like somebody from Harry Potter who led the library. Snodgrass. What exactly does Ruben Bain have to do to get a holding call on him? Can he get any laundry thrown his way? Because
one time the guy rode him like Seabiscuit.
He
was on his back like this, and like,
I'm just asking, just a simple question. I'm just wondering for the next one. Well, not but what exactly does he have to do? Because I've seen this man, and this happened in the Ohio State game too. I'm like, man, he really gets nothing, huh? That's something.
In fairness, I don't think there were maybe 1 or 2 holding calls all game.
Just in the not on the line, just on the secondary.
Right.
Man, if you watch the film.
No, they had a holding call on a run, on a long run. They called a holding call on.
Oh yeah, it was one of the receivers though.
Oh, Lee, I have
Okay.
a question to ask you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a run where you know, hamstring, ouch,
Ooh,
ouch,
yeah.
ouch, because he started slowing down. If
Yeah.
he could have got caught.
So when I hurt my hamstring, I thought I blew my knee out because I was on the sideline and somebody hit me and my leg hyperextended.
Jeez.
And I thought I blew my knee out because I heard a pop, and it was actually my hamstring, which is crazy in itself because they all thought, oh no, his knee. I've seen Robert break a long run and 2 defenders pull up chasing him. So you don't, the thing is that it's not just a matter of overworking the hammy, but it's like sometimes you're so dehydrated and exhausted that these things happen. And so I don't know. It looked like first of all, how could it be a hammy when he saw the guys coming? He sped back up. You can't do that with a hammy.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. Celebrating the Canes. Lots to get to. We got a football weekend, lots of playoffs. Dolphins have their GM. We're back after this.
Hurricanes basketball.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. It's Friday. Leroy's back. Happy to have Leroy back.
Glad to be back. that ride is torture. There 75 over there is like 95 here.
Yeah, be scary.
That traffic is brutal, especially going north.
You drive at night at all that across Alligator Alley?
I left at like 2:30 when I went over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to get to a certain spot before, rush hour. And for some reason, 18-wheeler, the front wheel just fell off in the middle lane. So we're just like, it took forever. So I got there late. And then on the way back, the traffic was on the other side. So I left at like 1:32 and just zipped on over. So it only takes 2.5, 3 hours if you can, avoid any traffic. So it was easier coming back, but, got back, took a shower, got ready for the game, and just kind of relaxed and got a good night's sleep in. But yeah, oh my goodness. It is, and, like for me, Vlad, it is watching the game, but being on a chat with all my buddies who don't know. So here's how it goes. So when Carson Beck threw the ball, it got to the line of scrimmage, and they go intentional grounding. They're screwing us again. I'm like, it's intentional grounding, dude. When you run a flea flicker, once you give the ball up and give it back, a receiver has to be in the area. You can't just throw it to the line of scrimmage. I'm like, that's the rule. So how are they screwing you? And that's the conversations that you have, is that
you're dealing with Canes fans, Leroy.
Yeah. Right. And so it's like,
I even want to be mad at the pass interference on Antoine. I was like, damn it.
Oh wait, on the third down?
Yeah, I felt terrible for him. Like, he had to do this incredible play the play before, and then the next one they called pass interference. And it just, in real speed, it didn't look like it. But then I was like,
when you watch it in slow motion, he was hugging him like they was going on a date.
You know what I hate? This, and I love my friends because we're all fans of the same team. But they haven't been calling it all game. Doesn't mean they can't call it now.
Well, everybody's now. They're like, on the Hail Mary, it was pass interference. I'm like,
no,
shut up.
You know what? And kudos to the official for explaining it. He said it was mutual. I forgot the phrase that he used.
Hand fighting or mutual combat?
Yeah, mutual combat. That was it. He's like, mutual combat. Nobody got a clear advantage. He said, you're going to let that play out.
Yeah, and he was looking for a move that would have given.
Yeah, but the guy had his arm and he started turning. Like, it was like, it was chicken fight.
If we're going to call pass interference, I would have called offensive. He initiated it.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
I saw somebody message me on IG. They said Jet Up today was all over it. They're like, there was pass interference. I'm like, really? That's what you're going to come away with the game from? That game?
No, because we talked about this yesterday. Ole Miss has started to become America's sweetheart.
You did say that, and I gotta say, it's hard not to root for that Trinidad Chambliss. He's awesome.
He's like
like
fun.
college Russell Wilson.
If he gets that extra year and he wants someplace that's not Mississippi,
Yeah,
hey man,
he'll go to Baton Rouge.
Well, do you want to?
I mean, who gave you the opportunity?
Dude, he's going. If he's going to LSU.
Yeah, he's going to Baton Rouge.
All right, fair enough. He doesn't have to.
Plus that SEC money, they don't be messing around.
Miami just got a whole heap of money, and I think they get more for winning the whole thing.
Yeah, but that money can't come from that.
Well,
the NIL money don't come from that.
Shuffle it around. We'll make it happen. We'll shuffle it around, baby.
There you go. But yeah, so it's just the back and forth, Oh, they're playing sloppy. I'm like, yeah, games of this intense, because here's what happens during these games. You get so hyped up to play. Your warm up is intense. You ready to go. Then within the first 5 minutes of the game, you're like, I burnt. Like, and you realize you got 3 quarters and 3.5 quarters to go. So everybody in these big games sometimes hit this lull where it gets a little sloppy. And it wasn't just for the Canes, it was for everybody, right? Chambers was making some sloppy throws. The offensive line, they were blocking it. They couldn't really run the ball, right? Except for a couple of big runs. That was it. So it got a little bit sketchy, but that's these games. You have a tendency to get too overworked. You get so excited, and the only thing that excitement does, believe it or not, it doesn't get you hyped for the game. It sucks out your energy so that like you it's hard getting through the game. And that's what it looked like for a lot of these kids on both sides of the ball. Because you look at when Miami was going down the field at the end, right? There were some secondary guys for Ole Miss that were like sucking air.
It was crazy, man. It was a crazy situation. But like, I mean, I can't even imagine playing a game like that because I felt sitting on my ass on the couch. I was like going through it. It was for those guys to come through was incredible.
Ooh, somebody asked me, do I agree with playing prevent defense on that last Ole Miss possession? Here is what I would say. It's not necessarily prevent defense because you have something that no other team in the country has. And that's as long as you can rush those four, you have a chance to get after the quarterback. And I think every defense that they run keeps that and takes that into account. And all you're trying to do is sometimes you got to put people in spots. When you say no big play, you can't let them get caught up in the eye candy. So you just put them deep. They didn't have any timeout. They had one timeout so that you hope you give them the middle of the field and they use it because it's going to eat up clock. However, my goodness, did they go boom, boom, Miami 30. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Don't need Georgia Tech flashbacks.
Why I say Leroy just a hater, bro? Michigan sucks. Well, about what?
Somebody's just being a rat bastard.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I hating about? Like
-1.
Yeah.
For sass.
For being a douche.
For sass.
We should get Mike McDaniel. You think we should get Mike Biamonte to say that? You think he'd say for being a douche?
I think so.
He's
He's retiring.
Rules are off now.
I'm telling
baby.
you right now. Yeah. You should get him to do at least 100.
Instead of Game Day Uncensored, we got Biamonte Uncensored.
Oh, that would be great.
Take a break. We're back after this. Gentlemen, Tickle Leroy.
I'm gonna tell you what, it's not gonna take much to tickle my fancy now because I've already got a tickle head start.
Oh my god!
Can we get a Goosey's and a tickle?
I know we can do a goosey and a tickle.
galore.
Let me just say this. They ain't not got nothing to do with our chat yesterday
What was our chat yesterday?
about the moisture.
I was crazy. People were making fun of me because they're like, "Are you really tweeting about this during the game?" I'm like, "I got both games on. It was doing commercials."
You didn't have both games on because one game wasn't playing.
I know, but it was
Panthers
on the
was on.
television. I didn't watch the Panthers yesterday. I didn't have enough screens, and I watched the Panthers via antenna, so I didn't watch the Panthers. Sorry, I didn't.
Antenna.
Yeah, I got the little antenna because they're on broadcast. I don't know how to. I'm not. Should I get free Panthers or should I pay $60 for streaming Panthers?
No, why don't you just get Roku?
I don't have Roku.
Get Roku, you can put all your apps on the Roku and then you can navigate like that.
Yeah, but the only app for the Panthers is the Panthers app. They're on broadcast now. I don't know where the heat are going to be. Apparently, this TV thing is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, this FanDuel just went the way of Valley Sports.
FanDuel's just they're just like not paying, and the Marlins already are like having to find somebody new. Which
what
sucks
sucks is that when I go to Sarasota, guess what I have to watch?
The Sarasota News.
Orlando.
Oh,
Magic.
Oh, so your son, yeah. So when you watch your son, is Sun Magic.
So I have to watch it on my phone.
all right, Leroy. Well, let's get
go.
to starting off tonight.
Yes.
The Fiesta Bowl. We have Indiana and Oregon at 7:30. Does this game tickle your fancy?
It does. It does.
My fancy is
I'm
tickled.
curious to see the top two quarterbacks in the draft. Some say that the Oregon quarterback is the highest rated, and Mendoza is second. But most people think Mendoza will get drafted first. I would say yes. Oregon, like the last few years, it's hard to make what Oregon is. What are they dominant at? What do they do well? They kind of do a lot of the same stuff that Ole Miss does with the no huddle, the hurry up, the exhaust you, and so it's very similar to what Ole Miss does, but in Indiana, like who would ever thunk the number one team in the college football playoff is Indiana, but they've earned it, and they find ways to win with that quarterback. They've had some tight games, and he's driven them down the field with some accurate throws, so it should be a fun game. But I just can't figure out. I might watch more Indiana football than I have Oregon, but I can't figure Oregon out.
Well, they're both playing for the right to have their draft stock ruined by Reuben Bain on the national stage. So good luck to them.
Indiana and Miami are very close in how they play football.
I like that we're going to have a scowl off between Heatherman and Signetti, possibly.
Oh, come on, you guys know what you want.
You want Indiana? Oregon?
Yeah, we want Mario.
Mario to get his come up. But he left. He didn't get fired.
No, he didn't get fired, but he left.
But
yeah, Lemming took the job, right? That's the coach's name.
Lanning.
Yeah, so he took the job. No, you want revenge. The same way we wanted Georgia.
Wait, no.
But Georgia
but here's the difference, Vlad. Georgia ran Beck out of town. Okay? Mario just left. It wasn't a situation where they ran him out of town. They really wanted to keep him.
Want to beat your ex, even if you left or you didn't, you weren't forced out. You left on
maybe
your own.
They looking for some get back.
This is the one reason I would disagree with you, Vlad, because I really don't care about the Oregon thing that much. You want to hand Indiana their only loss. You stop them from being undefeated, Well,
Indiana, the same thing with Oregon. Oregon wants to stop it.
They want to, of course.
Their only losses to Indiana.
I know.
So they want to get there. Yeah, you want to spin around the block.
Listen, this whole playoff has been some get back between who did Georgia and Ole Miss
Yep.
between
Ohio State, Miami.
Miami.
Legacy-wise.
Right.
Anyway, let's get to the NFL. Saturday, Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
The LA Rams visit the Carolina Panthers at 4:30 on Fox. LA is a 10.5-point road favorite. Tickle your fancy?
Yeah, playoff football, but I'm like, I am baffled at what. Damn you, Canes. Damn you. Because after last night,
nothing has the juice.
How excited are you about playoff football?
You need a break. You need a break.
It's just Vlad, it's just weird, isn't it? Like none of your teams are in it.
I love it though, because we get 6 days. We get 5 days of just the pure best
bliss,
pure competition.
That win or go home football. Win or go home football.
And you're getting in both college and in the
NFL. Right. So, yeah, I guess my fantasy is tickled even by two teams that I wouldn't normally watch. Right.
My fancy.
We also can scout candidates.
I'm not giving nobody 10 points that travel all the way across the world.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm not doing it. So if early results are in, I'll take the 10 points in Carolina.
Well, we got our boy, Jon-Eric Sullivan, and his Packers. Is he going to be there for that, or does he leave? When he had to a press conference on Monday,
he leaves.
He's
he
out
leaves right away because they got to get ready for the draft. They got, figure out the money stuff. They got a lot of things to do. That
you go to Chicago.
He was assistant GM. They got a GM.
Can New Soldier Field, are they allowed to play games, or they have too much condensation there too? Can they get their stuff together for this one?
It's outdoors, baby.
Packers at Bears, Leroy, 8:00. Green Bay is a 1.5-point road favorite.
This game is going to be interesting simply because Green Bay in the middle of the year is not the Green Bay that we see now. And they haven't been playing all that great. So, and Chicago's new to it. Like they look pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I see an upset here. I think I'm going Chicago.
Bears are going to win.
I think Chicago. I think I'm just have you been impressed with the last month of the Green Bay Packers?
No, and they feel like they've been falling apart a little bit.
Right. Exactly.
But I want to check out this defense, even though I don't have Micah. See what this coach got.
There's that too.
Like him.
And it's funny, the crash and burn has come with the absence of Michael Parsons.
Hold on. Did you hear what he just said?
No.
He wants to watch the game to see the coach if he likes him.
Yeah, see if I like him. Halfly. Let me see if I'm impressed.
You want to look at the new defensive coordinator?
Yeah, let's see if I'm impressed.
I'm actually thinking you were looking at the head coach because
LeFleur.
Hey, if that coach came in the studio right now, slapped you in the face, you would have no idea it was him. And now you say you watching to see what he do.
I got attacked by a fellow intangible. That's what you would have said.
I'm hit.
I was the only
Who
guy.
hit you? Intangible.
The only tough thing for the intangibles last night. The tough one for the intangibles last night. Bowman with the catch. He had it. I was like, no, intangibles has that catch.
Hey, yeah, nothing says tight end like the way he tried to catch that ball, right?
Oh, man. All right, we get to the Sunday slate. The Buffalo Bills visit the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1:00 CBS game. Buffalo's a 1.5-point road favorite, Leroy.
Can I say this?
Well, first you got to tell me if it tickles your fancy.
Yes, it does. Okay. I'm going to say this about this game. The next Miami Dolphins coach could become available once Jacksonville beats Buffalo.
Oh, wait a minute. So what Vlad's been saying for the last couple of years, now everybody's finally wants to jump on the bandwagon. No, Bus is moving. Bus is still leaving.
You know who else?
Come on, man. I've been saying that for the longest.
Vlad, you know who else they're actually talking about? Who else has a tie to this guy? I'm seeing on the buzz on Twitter right now.
Who's that?
Do you remember Hard Knocks in season? The Jags defensive coordinator is Campanelli.
That's right.
Campanelli apparently knows this guy as well. So we may get Whoop-ass is the #1 language universally around the world. You whoop someone's ass. If that guy is our coach, because who's more opposite of McDaniel than that guy? Like that guy, if he is the head coach, I'm going to be so geeked up because he is going to be a content machine. I don't know if he'll be able to coach.
Yeah, okay, but then that's a problem. That's a problem.
Also, the defense fell apart for the Fins at the end. That's sort of their bodies. Anyway, does the game tickle your fancy?
Yeah. I'm like, there's a lot of like, I would say, intriguing football, like football that we haven't grown accustomed to seeing with all these new teams. It usually happens every year, but not like this. Like usually you have your three usual suspects, your 3 or 4 usual suspects on each side. And then you have a Cinderella story, a team that squeezes in, that just kind of gets in the last week. And then you kind of go from there, right? Well, it's all up in the air this year. Like the teams that have normally been on top of both of these conferences are either struggling to get in or aren't in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm excited to see about all these games.
That says, can we all agree that Malachi Toney just jogged off a concussion?
I said he's Jesus.
He was all right.
Oh, so I was texting. I was going back and forth, and they said, yeah, that safety got concussed, and he was back in the game.
Which one? For the Canes?
No.
Oh, for Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
He
was back in the game the next play.
They both were seeing Tweety birds. That's all right. You get
Malachi, but see, Malachi, he played it off well. Now, it could work terrible because I had a guy try to walk it off, and he walked to the wrong sideline. So, he took a knee.
Buddy, you're going the wrong way.
They start getting around him and like, he's like, I'm good. Dude, you're on the wrong sideline.
You're right? When Malachi got in the tent and they asked him how many fingers they're holding up, somebody tapped him on the back twice. Like,
yeah,
he's good. They give him some cafecito and smelling salts. He's out there.
Listen, 99 out of 100. If somebody gets hit in the head, they probably might be concussed, but doesn't mean every hit. Every hit you're gonna get concussed.
At 4:30, this game is on Fox, Leroy. The San Francisco 49ers visit the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles, who are 5.5-point favorites. Does this game tickle your fancy?
Man, this is of all the games, I would say this is the toughest one to figure out because Philly has been playing decent, but not overwhelmingly great. San Francisco's really banged up, but they've been finding ways to win. And there's really nothing like, if I say who can you rely on in this game other than CMC, right? And you got questions everywhere. Purdy's been playing pretty good. So, I mean, I would kind of lean towards San Francisco, but with all the injuries, like it could just all of a sudden just look crazy. Like all of a sudden they just can't put it together for one game.
So your fancy is tickled.
Yeah. I listen. I start off by saying my fan's going to be tickled for all football this weekend.
It still officially needs to be
okay. My fancy is
like a receiver. You got to declare tickle or not. That's how it goes.
Like the alignment.
Yeah.
Number 79 is an eligible receiver. Tickle my fancy. There we go.
College are switching the jersey.
No, how about there's 2 number 4s on the Canes? Yeah. Like 2 stars. They both got the same number. Who is it? Bain and running back.
I was explaining that to my son.
Fletcher.
I actually was explaining this to Sophia. So she goes, "Oh, who's your favorite player?" I was like, I said Bain. I said he's number 4. Love Ruben Bain. She goes, oh, all right. And then I was like, and number 4 on offense. She goes, wait, there's 2 number 4s. I'm like, don't make me explain this to you. There's a lot of players.
Hey, there's 120 guys on a college football team, and there's only 99 numbers or 100 numbers. Figure it out.
Some kid one day is going to get a little too swaggy. He's going to try triple digits. It's going to happen. Some kid's going to do it.
What about 00?
Maybe.
You got 10. What if you go 00?
Didn't we all know that Zach Wilson was cooked when he's like, hey, I'm going to wear 0 this year? Like, all right, dude, you know what? You don't have enough cachet to be that cute.
I mean,
0 for a quarterback.
Yeah, no cachet. We gave him some cash, though.
That's what the number was for. No cachet.
I forget. Was there any point in the season where we forgot he was on the team?
For 100%.
No, there was times.
When the Browns game, he got demoted.
When he got demoted. That's the time we remembered he was on the team.
Yeah. What was the only snaps he got was against the Jets that one game?
Can I say something to coaches and to GMs and to front office people?
The Indy game.
Because
let's stop getting overly excited for signing a guy or drafting a guy that hasn't played in your uniform yet. Because the excitement around Zach Wilson,
I know
when they signed him,
McDaniel was chirping that one up.
Yes, let's not do that.
Can
we not do that? Remember Sam Darnold, when he started playing, nobody they were like, oh yeah, Sam Darnold's the backup. Oh, he's balling. Oh, that coach is incredible. Oh, Sam Darnold, right? We didn't oh, he's gonna be the greatest backup ever. This is the guy we really wanted. It was almost like Sam Darnold. You want a backup job? Come on over.
We got Sunday Night Football. The Chargers at the Patriots, 8:00 on NBC. New England's a 3.5-point favorite. Lever, does this game tickle your fancy?
Yes. I would also say this
tickled.
This has the potential to be the biggest blowout of the weekend.
Ooh, all right.
Wait, you think Jim Harbaugh is gonna get his ass kicked like that?
Jim Harbaugh ain't playing, dude. But
you think a Jim Harbaugh? No, all right. How about this? A Jim Harbaugh coach team?
I just think they're another team that's been like San Francisco, banged up. And say what you want about New England, they have been on one. They've been on a heater for the last 3 months. I don't see that. I don't see that lightening up just based on how they play. They probably got the MVP on their team. And if I take that MVP and give him a different name, you wouldn't even be arguing with me.
Wait, I didn't know Matthew Stafford would play for the Patriots.
Who? You think Matthew Stafford's going to win the MVP?
Yeah.
You're not Drake May?
No.
Okay.
So many reporters, though, who are from Boston. You know, they'll taint any pool, Vlad.
They could taint it.
All right. So let's say a finalist.
You know, he's definitely a finalist.
Definitely a finalist.
Definitely a finalist.
Okay. So I'm gonna put that out there, and man, New England has been quietly just dominating everybody because we got so caught up in all the playoff stuff and all this and whatever but the most reliable team all year, the team that you never had to worry about whether they were going to be on Sunday, has been New England. So I'm gonna just give them their boat race.
Right now on the Hard Rock app, Matthew Stafford is the favorite to win MVP at -220. Drake May is second at +160. Pretty much a 2-horse race. Trevor Lawrence is +25,000. So there's really only 2 guys bettors considering.
All right.
And finally, Leroy, Monday Night Football.
Boo!
The Houston Texans visit your favorite, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. Houston is a 3-point road favorite. Does this game tickle your fancy?
Yes. I don't know if
He is tickled.
I don't know how the brackets shape up, but I would say I think Houston and New England are going to be in the AFC Championship game if I had to pick 2 teams. Nobody can get an inch on Houston.
Well, if Houston wins, and you have them winning, right?
Yeah.
And you have Jacksonville beating Buffalo.
Correct.
And you have New England beating the Chargers.
Yep.
So that means Houston would go to Denver and the Chargers and Jacksonville would play each other.
Houston would go to Denver?
Yes.
Yes.
So I got Houston. I got Houston and New England in the championship game for the AFC.
That is Tickle My Fancy. We'll get into more of the Dolphins GMI. We also got to get Leroy's reaction to McDaniel getting canned. He wasn't here
Yeah, we never
yesterday.
heard it from him.
And and the possibility that you might be reunited with him.
Again?
And it feels so good.
Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Miami Hurricanes victorious yesterday over Ole Miss. They're going to the national championship. Oh, Jennifer's mad at my lighting.
She's blaming your hat. By the way, I got a question.
Yeah.
And somebody in the YouTube chat asked this question.
Mm-hmm.
How quick did you dry that hat after jumping into the pool?
I just left it out. I left it in my office. I left it out to dry. It was good in the morning. But I did wear it. I didn't wear it last night when I was on video for the recap that I did on YouTube. But so it was soaking wet there. But it was dry this morning. Nice material. It dries quick. And look, people are happy that I stuck with the hat because the hat was a very controversial thing yesterday.
Oh, Leroy. They were ripping.
Yeah.
They were ripping my Canes hat. Yes, I got people ripping it or loving it. People were like, I need to order that hat, or people like that's the
Never
worst
take
thing.
it off.
And I'm like, now this is the hat run. It's like my camo hat for the Panthers run. That's my Panthers hat.
So you got to wear that hat every day?
No, just for the games. Just for the games.
All right.
Got to wear it for the games, but I was gonna wear it today with my Vice shirt. I've got all kinds of birds. My daughter did not. She's like, what are you doing today? What are you wearing?
I mean, you do look like bootleg camo. Like you look like a redneck who wanted to be a Canes fan.
I gotta tell you guys, I like this Carson Beck fella. He can scoot.
I mean, it's really like I like the way people thought or what people thought of Carson Beck after those two losses. And the way he just methodically just kept things moving and, and kind of got that situation again and was able to come through. That's what I like about sports. Like when Malachi got the touchdown a couple of weeks ago.
After the fumble.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those, I like those things.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. Big Bleep Buck, he says, you guys are so lucky that they didn't call that pass interference. Well, I guess I'll take luck then. Oh, well.
Listen, the official said it best. Mutual combat.
Mutual combat, dude. I love it.
And he said 99% of the time they're not going to call pass interference on their Hail Mary.
If you guys are just tuning in, the Miami Dolphins making news today. They have hired Jon-Eric Sullivan as their new general manager. He was the VP of player personnel with the Green Bay Packers. Here's a picture last night. I just saw this perusing Twitter. This was from Alex Diaz MIA on Twitter. And that is in the background, Stephen Ross and Sullivan Eaton.
What restaurant is that? There's a lot of wine.
It looks like a Capitol Grill.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'll tell you what, though. Wherever
He got
Stephen
a
Ross,
schnauzer on him.
who? Sullivan?
profile.
Oh, he
God.
does. Hey, he does.
I thought it was a third rail.
like, holy smoke. Oh man.
He really is wherever Stephen Ross is, though. That Garfinkel, he's not far behind.
Nope.
Dude.
Never lets him out of his sight.
Never.
Never, dude. He's sitting there. He goes.
But I think, would you say that Garfinkel is probably the MVP of that organization if he's doing all the other stuff around the,
he's
the Hard Rock?
He's the MVP of making Stephen Ross a football fortune.
Right. That's what I mean. Well, okay, Stephen Ross is his MVP.
He's like, yeah. He goes, so, but I never, like, wherever Stephen Ross is, I don't think I've ever seen Garfinkel like 2 feet away from him. I think that's the furthest I've ever seen Garfinkel. He's like, all right. He's probably like, hey, Tom, give me a second here. Huh?
No, I'll tell you when he steps away from him, when he starts doing the water.
Maybe look, he back up a little bit.
Yeah, he backs up.
Because he's gonna have me doing it too.
According to Diana Rossini, Troy Aikman, big advocate of Jon-Eric Sullivan.
So, all right. Look, I like Troy. right? Played
Biggest
against them.
supporter entering the process. That's what she said.
But I would say this. What role did he play in this?
Troy Aikman?
A lot.
What you just read?
Oh,
Right.
You heard him that Monday night game.
laid the groundwork.
If you really want to think about it, because
He's the one why Mike McDaniel got up out of there.
he started the burial.
Yeah.
He really did.
He went in on him on that Monday night game.
And then we got the news about him, which gets out there that he's been with the team. And then, if this was his guy the whole time. Because all of a sudden, maybe look, you got to cover your bases. Maybe the guy's, a bad interview. Maybe his breath smells. Who knows? So
if he's been with an organization for 20 years, I'm willing to bet that he knows how to handle that interview situation.
Yeah, but what is well, nobody wants to say this, right? Because we all want this to
say it
work
with
out.
your chest, baby. Say it with your chest.
I don't want to say it with my chest because it's going to get people mad at me.
Oh, say it with your chest.
You know who else was with an organization for 20 years and started as in the scouting department and didn't work out so hot?
But not the same organization.
No, he's been with the Packers since he was 22.
Who was that guy?
Chris Greer.
That's what I'm saying. But that would be the equivalent to the Packers hiring Chris Greer. I mean, the Packers hiring Jon-Eric. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I'm just saying,
Right.
just because you've been in a place for a long time doesn't mean you can run the show. Now, listen, he's thought of very positively. I'm not saying he's going to be Chris Greer. I'm just saying.
Like you always have to come back after you made some ridiculous comment. You always have to come back and then clarify. Just say it.
Are you excited that Mike McDaniel is going to take over in Cleveland?
What? See, now you just.
How would Socrates feel about that? Think about that.
You better not bring that nonsense up to Cleveland.
Put a muzzle on.
What do you mean he better not? He is who he is.
I'm happy and I'm sad.
I can't wait till the Cleveland people get after that.
Oh yeah. That's gonna go over well there.
That's gonna go over well because look, up Midwest is all about their sports, right? They don't have other things and have sports on as their periphery. Down here, there's so many sports and so many things to do. And if you get tired of a football team, you could go to the beach, go boating, go play golf. You can do a whole bunch of other things. Cleveland in December, soon as the game over with on Sunday, you start packing for next Sunday's game.
It is an interesting thing with McDaniel, though, right? Like you get this news. He's got 2 years left on his deal, so you don't need the money right now. But you want to get back into it. He's got apparently the Commanders are going after him. He's got a relationship with Dan Quinn. Man Campbell wants him as his offensive coordinator.
Maybe he could teach. Man Campbell could teach him to be, a leader of men.
I feel like that's
no.
I don't know.
You know what it'd be like? Them possums playing possum.
It literally feels like a
if
buddy.
Man Campbell, the first time Man Campbell yells and he just goes.
Point for
He said, what would Socrates say? He said, give me my kneecap back because I just bit it off.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Mike McDaniel, what?
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
One ass cheek and 3
I
toes?
anticipated this question.
Hey, so
that is going to be America's favorite buddy cop duo.
So, question: what type of coach would you like to see down here? Because as of right now, you probably only have 5 guys, 6 guys on your team that have the mentality of, say, a Dan Campbell, right? We know what they look like. We've seen them on the field. The other guys have a kind of different mentality. Now, I've always told you, like, football players have always grown up in football being physical. So the fact that you're telling me a football player can't be physical, I'm not buying it. But you might need to break some scar. You might need to rip through some scar tissue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious to see what kind of coach, because if you think of McCarthy's probably on the same wavelength as Mike McDaniel. Like, he's not a yeller. He's not a guy, that
No, but he's got
raises-
cachet. You got a championship, it gives you a little something,
Yeah. But again, when you hire a coach, a lot of times they go opposite. Like, if you go with Mike McDaniel, the next coach gonna be a hard ass.
Look, it does flip my thought of what they're gonna do, because I gotta be honest with you. Like, once the news of McDaniel hit and all the Harbaugh smoke yesterday, and they had the other guy who worked with him, I was like, oh, this seems obvious. But if they're going the direction of this guy, well, he doesn't have any Harbaugh ties. It kind of feels like, well, Stephen Ross, and Omar's made this point, Stephen Ross likes hiring first-timers. He doesn't. Now, it may not be smart. Maybe the inexperience doesn't work, but that he likes giving guys their first opportunity. And why would it be surprising if they bring in this, trusted guy from Green Bay, and he's going to go with somebody that he trusts but doesn't have experience, unless LaFleur gets let go or McCarthy. But if he ends up going with a Campanelli, or the defense coordinator, Halfley is his name, it's not going to be surprising. That's what the Dolphins have gone. That's been Stephen Ross's MO, is going with the first-time coach.
Now, based on, Weaver on defense, would you be more inclined to bring in an offensive-minded coach and
keep
try to
Weaver?
retain Weaver?
I don't know if they will be able to. Weaver's got like 3 interviews.
Right.
So I don't know. I would imagine that's probably going to be up to Anthony Weaver, because it kind of feels like he can pick his own path if he wants to. I mean, how does it work with your contract? If your head coach is fired, are you free to go, or are you still with the Dolphins?
Your contract is with the Dolphins, but I think it's up to the new coach when they come in.
Okay.
So they can't just
like, he can't go. He gets permission to do the head coaching thing, obviously.
Once the coach is fired, I think all the coaches are free to do whatever they want.
Okay. I didn't know, but he already had them lined up even before McDaniel was
right.
Before McDaniel was let go.
Right.
So,
and again, a lot of the sneaky stuff that happens with coaches is it's very easy to get a coach from another coaching staff. All you have to do is give him a higher title. So an offensive coordinator becomes an assistant head coach, even though he's doing the same thing.
Look, even if they don't get Harbaugh, I think it's the right decision to move on from McDaniel. I just think that it's just got too much baggage with what this era was, and it's too tied to the quarterback, and it's too tied to Chris Greer. It was fun. There were fun moments, but it wasn't good enough. And I do think that there's something to just starting fresh, because they haven't done that in Ross's ownership.
Can I just say this? You're a guy that's all about fun.
Yeah.
So this sounds like you are getting away from that to build some consistency, which I appreciate.
I wouldn't mind the profane coach from Jacksonville. I would like that. I wouldn't mind a character.
But that's not here. You know what you need to go through this process? You almost need a subdued coach. You need a coach that understands the situation, is not going to be a hothead about it. And so from that standpoint, you need a coach to understand the process that you're going to have to go through. If you get a hothead, they want to win right away, and they don't care that your team's not good enough.
Yeah, that is fair. Silly Sauce 778 says, "Is Tobin maturing?"
No, that was an accidental slippage. Like, don't worry. As soon as football season starts, and soon as I hope all the fans are understanding that this is a process that's going to take, a couple of years, especially if this guy builds through the draft. That means you're going to trade a lot of guys, get additional draft picks. Then you're going to have young players playing again. It's just going to be a whole process. So I really hope that people are patient, and the answer to me better not be, oh, we've been patient for 25 years. No, you haven't had results in 25 years. You haven't been patient. So stop with that. But this is going to require something, especially when you hire a guy that says we like to build through the draft. That means a lot of guys going to get traded for assets and draft picks.
Respectfully, again, and I have nothing against this Jon-Eric Sullivan, because people are like, I'm seeing these on Twitter. Listen to his philosophy, and his philosophy is like, what GM's philosophy isn't to build through the draft.
Yeah,
That's how you get your roster. You're either good at it.
This GM wasn't. The GM for the last few years wasn't.
Because he sucked at it. He was terrible at picking players.
He was old Mr. F them picks.
Because he was bad at picking players. So he's like, you know what's good? Trading for players we know they're good. The only problem with him was, well, there were a lot of problems with him. But one of the big problems with him was he didn't care if they had an injury pass. He's like, football's 100% injury sport.
That right there.
I was like, what?
Of all the things that I would say I've had the single-handed biggest problem with Chris Greer, it's the fact that a guy that's been around football that much says that about injuries. That don't mean you go give a broke down player $10 million. Because if hopefully he'll turn it around. Who's the wide receiver they signed never played because he got hurt right away or came in hurt?
Which one? Will Fuller?
Fuller.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Will Fuller, but Will Fuller got $10 million.
Cedric Wilson. Like he did that multiple times.
Right.
That was his thing, dude. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. 104.3 WQAM. Celebrating today, reacting today. Been a football whirlwind the last 48 hours. Hell, all week. I mean, this whole month, really. Mike McDaniel was let go yesterday. The Dolphins hired their new GM today. Very fast process.
Are we? Well, here, would you say this? I think this is what happened. During the process of finding a GM and them asking about Mike McDaniel, I'm more than sure. I don't know if Jon-Eric did it or if somebody else did it, one of the other candidates. But I'm more than sure the conversation went like this. If you want me to be your GM, I have to be able to pick the coach. And they liked him enough that they said, no problem. You get the job. We'll fire the coach. Because that seems like the order in which all this happened.
Well, that's the thing that was interesting because, Mike had his press conference, which, it was a tough look. But what are you going to do? He's got to, unless you're going to fire him right away. They didn't do the interviews yet. Again, you got to meet these guys. I'm sure they had inroads of who they liked, but you got to have the official interview where you're talking to guys. And they let Mike have his press conference. And then Stephen Ross and him apparently met on Tuesday. But there was reports that, they were asking in these interviews, what do you think of Mike? And what do you think about somebody new?
Which they should.
Which guy isn't going to prefer, having their own guy in that potential, because it can be awkward. It can be weird. And we've seen it. We've seen it with his own franchise. It can be weird. So
they did it right then. They did it. They did it right. They didn't hamstring a new GM with the past stuff. They gave him a clean slate.
Clean slate, dude. And that's what they've been needing.
Now, did you hear the demands from that? Let me see if I can pull this up. The demands that John Harbaugh wants.
I have not heard the demands that he wants.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is from Tony Grossi in Cleveland.
Okay.
Found out what John Harbaugh's requirements are to be interested in the next head coaching job. $20 million per year.
Yeesh.
$10 million staff budget.
Okay.
Total authority over the roster.
Okay.
And would like to select his own GM.
All right.
Which means if you already picked a GM, probably
you ain't coming to Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you can read in that what you want, but this is.
And you want to know something?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. There was so much giant smoke for the first 24 hours that he got fired. But you want to know what gets you 20 million?
What?
Competition. And so if you say Big Boss Ross, he wants his Harbaugh, you're your agent, you put that stuff out there, all of a sudden the price goes up for him with New York. So
do you realize that how you're going to compete when you've already selected a GM?
I'm not saying they're competing. I'm saying the agent puts it out on Harbaugh's side, puts the Dolphins' interest out there so the Giants pay him more.
But hold on.
But with this list, and they already selected the GM, how are they going to take it serious?
No, now they probably don't. But that,
right.
Beforehand, you have a fever pitch about it. Like that's what you probably are doing. You're drumming up because what do? You try and get a fan base in a lather for a coach, and we're all like, oh,
I don't think that you need to trump up, or not use that word to hype up the John Harbaugh experience. I think there's a whole bunch of fan bases that are already excited about him possibly being their coach. Right? I don't think you have to pit one team against another. I think you can just go in there, have a conversation. This one I'm offering, and then go, oh, so-and-so's offering more. Like, you don't have to make it up. So he's going to be that much in demand, especially with what? 6 teams now?
8.
8 teams need a head coach?
Well, 8, and we don't know what might happen to the losers.
Possibly up to 11.
Right.
Correct.
So when he asked that,
it could be 10. It could be 10 guys. Now, if I am anybody that is looking for a coach now that is willing to give these requirements, I'm certainly not waiting until a Buffalo job or maybe a Pittsburgh job clears up. Because those two organizations, you know, I don't know if they won't even be interested in John Harbaugh. But what about Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo definitely could. I would think, especially with them getting a new stadium and having the Josh Allen thing. Like, that's the thing. The true thing is with the Dolphins, right? And the quarterback situation is you are going to have to do something creative or really desperate.
Right.
You know? And so I would feel like, and this goes back to the maturity thing, my thought is the thing what causes desperation is Stephen Ross's age. But if you want to do it right, then you let this guy go and be a part of the process to pick his guy. And obviously, Green Bay has a pretty good track record with quarterbacks. So even
3 quarterbacks in 30 years?
Yeah. Yeah. And even Malik Willis looked good for him. You know?
So if he wants $20 million, he wants his $10 million for his staff, right?
Yep.
He wants all of that. Cool. I think many owners can give him that. But he wants to pick his own GM, or because a lot of those teams already have GMs. The only place that doesn't have a GM and a head coach as of right now would be
Atlanta.
And that's the promising. That's where Arthur Blank's going to throw you money. You got that Home Depot.
Arthur Blank got that. Arthur Blank is another guy that throws money out there.
He's got Home Depot money.
I mean, look no further than he paid Kirk Cousins to sit on the bench.
And they just restructured his deal to free up some money for whatever GM they bring in.
Yeah, I don't know about can he really pick his own GM if the teams without a coach already have a GM. Like,
right,
you can't go to
Giants. But is it safe to just eliminate those teams?
Well, I don't know if you can because, for example, the Giants, right? They still keeping Joe Shane
for now. Unless you really feel like, hey.
So Harbaugh can say, look, I'll come to you, but you got to let your general manager go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could. It's not a great look, but I definitely think he could do that. Being like, hey, we want cohesiveness. Like that's honestly, that's what they did in New York because they brought both those guys from the Bills.
Right.
They brought him and Dayball. So that was what they tried doing. Like, hey, Joe Shane will know the deal.
All right.
And also you let Saquon Barkley go to the Eagles, dude. Like, you know,
that's automatically 3 strikes, right?
You're like
he's interference. Something.
Yeah, you're gonna know one day when he gets the call. He goes, "Is this about the Saquon thing?" He goes, "Yep." Fair enough. We'll take a break.
Somebody said Pittsburgh and the New York Giants are the most stable ownership.
Well, the Maras and the Rooneys have owned these organizations like forever.
Right, but I mean,
and
you can go. I would say go check the Hunts. Go with Pittsburgh. I don't know. New York has had a little chaos around it.
Not really.
Well,
they just haven't won.
Post Eli, it's been a bit of a disaster.
During Eli was a disaster.
Right.
They haven't won, but you know the Maras and you know the Rooneys. So
right.
Take a break. We'll get to the mixed bag coming up next. Oh, hello. Hello, Jennifer.
Jesus.
Oh my god, hey.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
hey.
Leroy?
I'm very little sleep.
No, he has a tendency to get a little carried away with the hello Jennifers every now and then.
Oh, I'm not talking about the hello. I was talking about the before.
Oh, was he sparring his mic again?
Yeah.
I didn't touch nothing.
Somebody was
No,
beating
but
up some-
no, honestly, like you have been very intense with your microphone today.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know what's going on, but it's okay. I forgive you today.
Like I haven't touched nothing. I just put my headphones on. That's
Well,
it.
Take it easy, man. You guys ready for the mixed bag?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yes,
know we haven't
please.
talked about your boy. We gonna talk about that?
Ooh, I don't know who you're referring to.
Which boy? He has many boys.
Oh,
Oh.
Trae Young? Well, he didn't end up going for anything. He went for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. They didn't even get a pick for him.
Yeah,
But
you
take
wanted to
him
give up a pick. That's why you
No,
not a
that's
GM.
not what I no. What I said was
Oh,
I
they had
wanted
to give you a
set
pick.
I didn't give up a pick for Trae Young. You high as a kite, Yogi. Anyway, by the way, did you see Pella Larson still got hit in the face yesterday? They didn't play.
How?
What? How?
They were just shooting basketballs all over the place. One bounced off the rim, hit him right in the face.
Oh my god.
He can't escape it.
He really does have a hittable face.
He got hit right in the face.
Unintentional.
And then Tyler Hero lost a showdown to Benny the Bull.
Oh, you see that over the
Yeah. Benny
was
the Bull
crazy.
challenged him to a shot, and he's like, check this out.
First
Hit him
try.
a no-look half-court shot, and Tyler Hero's like, well, I guess you win.
But you know, it was the love and basketball moment.
Oh, man. Let me tell you something about Bam Adebayo and Asia Wilson. 2 scoops of adorable.
They are. They are.
They had plenty of content of them too yesterday.
You had nothing else.
Literally nothing else
No,
to
but
worry about.
Somebody just said if Trey got traded for nothing, just imagine what we won't get for Tyler.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Anyway, we'll get back into that. But Jeff Darlington, ESPN's Jeff Darlington, he was texting with Mike McDaniel after the news. This is what he said Mike was feeling about the decision for the Dolphins to let him go.
Well, I was texting with Mike McDaniel a little bit ago, and I can tell you that he definitely came out of this shocked and I would say saddened, but quickly kind of turned the page to where he's pretty fired up about whatever's coming next, said that he feels like he got a shot of steroids to his football mind. Very Mike McDaniel thing to say,
Sure
in the sense that he just feels ready. He said it's on. And I think that the question then becomes, are we looking at potential head coaching vacancies? Cleveland Browns reportedly interested in potential bringing him in. But then obviously there's going to be a lot of teams that are looking at him as a potential offensive coordinator.
That's a whole lot of saying nothing.
-1
Yeah,
for rambling,
pretty much.
for propaganda, for butchering English, for making it weird, for deception, for lying, for show poniness. -1 bum.
Wow.
Who's the
That's a
bum?
lot.
A bum.
Not Jeff Darlington. All that was for Mike McDaniel.
Oh, I was about to say,
That
I
was
was
all
like,
for Mike McDaniel.
dude,
It was all for Mike McDaniel. Just so we're
wow. Man, you did empty the
Kicked
clip.
him while he was down for 2
Sorry.
seconds, but you know, he got that steroid.
steroids for my football mind. All right.
Very,
I would
very offensive
say-
to
I hope some of those steroids helps him get through the second half.
I hope some of that
Because
steroids-
I've been complaining about that for about 2 or 3 years, that second half adjustments have been hot garbage.
I hope the steroids put some mass on him for that cold in Cleveland.
Oh man.
He gonna be just in Myles Garrett's pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I can't wait to see the picture of Myles Garrett being coached by Mike McDaniel.
He don't get coached by Mike McDaniel.
He gonna look at him like,
Oh, if he's the head coach, yeah.
you gonna look at him down. Mike McDaniel's gonna be looking up to the sky like a giant. He's a giant. He's a giant. So yeah.
Leroy is saying that because Mike McDaniel will be a Browns' new head coach. I don't know, man. Like the Browns is I don't know, between the Browns and the Dolphins, without a quarterback, is the only coach you're really going to be able to hire a new one?
Here's the thing that I think actually kind of makes sense with the Browns, because I don't necessarily see Shador as like fitting with Mike McDaniel's style.
Dylan Gabriel does.
Dylan Gabriel does. And also, is he like the last ditch effort to rehab Deshaun Watson? You know, like, is that a possibility?
Man,
He's so depressed. He's so depressed.
Here's what I would say.
Tell Jay Crawford I say good luck.
And I'll make this any fan base. If you hate your fans, you can show all that hate by just rolling out Deshaun Watson, right? Even though, like, you want to get something out of him, you want to say, you want to say, see, I told you he could play, but you want to see if there's something there.
Well, that's the only thing is, like, I look at a guy like Mike, and the thing he's going to be known for is that Tua was damaged goods, and he got something out of him. So
now, we'll say this. The difference between what Deshaun Watson does and what Tua does. Tua has always been known for timely, accurate passes. Deshaun Watson is closer to I want to say, he was almost closer to Josh Allen in that he was big and strong and could buy time and then make plays down the field. So I don't know how much of that, Mike McDaniel is going to be able to help with.
Man. Mario Cristobal called into Joe Rose this morning. He put some love on Malachi Toney after his performance yesterday. Here's what Mario had to say on Joe Rose's show.
He's different. I mean, because I've seen freshmen make plays. I haven't seen freshmen, many at least, do have the combination of having the ability to make plays, spectacular plays, but also having the grit and the toughness to get in there and throw their body around and block for their teammates. And that's a special combination. You see him. I mean, he gets bounced around, gets, yanked and thrown down all over the place and goes right back in there and keeps going. So absolute stud.
Do you feel like Leroy, like, is he going to work in the NFL? Because he's just like, he is a dog. Like the explosiveness is because he's not very big.
Here's what I would say to you.
Marvel at him.
Don't confuse toughness with size. Because who is it? Steve was at Carolina.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, not a big dude, but you go mess with him. Achan, not a big dude, runs physical. So I think it's more of the mentality in which you play rather than your size.
I mean, he's
and so Pat White would be on the other side.
He is
T.Y. Hilton. Like, they're smaller guys. And now if you look at wide receivers, now they're overall, they're smaller. You have your couple of guys, but for the most part, we got into the Tyreek Hill phase of football where everybody wanted the little small fast guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 18. Who knows what he hasn't even started to get man muscles yet.
He gonna get man muscles, but he's still gonna be 5'8". That
looks very high for 5'8".
Oh yeah, that you know what? Again, you're gonna have a hard time putting that film in front of me and me caring about what his size is, especially when you look at somebody like Smith for the Eagles, who is tiny.
Oh, he was Slim Reaper.
Right.
Oh, man. Stephen A. Smith, he was on First Take, ripping the holy hell out of Tua for being a coach killer.
Let's get back to Mr. Tua Tagovailoa for a second. Nice kid. Met him when he was at Alabama. Won the national championship for them. Big time thrower of the football at the time. We get all of that, right? I'm wondering, what do you want next? To a diaper and a bib? You complained about Brian Flores once he was gone. Now you sitting up there talking about how, well, you know what? It's a fresh change. Who are you to say that? What have you done where you got paid Everybody's looking at you as overpaid. You complained about Brian Flores after he was gone. And I mean, the brother was down. You understand what I'm saying? Suing the NFL, going through all of this stuff. And that's when you wanted to pile on and talk about how he treated. And mind you, he didn't talk about him as a coach. He didn't talk about how he was with the team. He talked about himself. Oh, he treated me this way. That's where the pacifier and the bib comes in. You know what I'm saying? He hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? He held you accountable. He was on you. That's what you talking about, and then you go on the field. And why did you say that about Brian Flores? Because you implying that that's not Mike McDaniel. But Mike McDaniel on the hot seat, and look at who opened their mouth and said change is good then. It was Tua. You looking to get somebody else done? You looking to mess with somebody else's coaching career? Why don't you leave the football field since a wolf can concuss you and come be a pundit then?
I mean, he wasn't
saying he was
talking about that.
He was talking about a fresh start for himself.
He wasn't talking about a fresh start with the coach, dude.
But that's
what happens when he has too many jobs, Stephen A. Smith.
No, but you know what? I'm gonna say this. Like, the reality of the NFL and football is already out there, right? You don't have to add special seasonings to it. It's already cooking. And for him to say that that was about Mike McDaniel and not about himself, when everybody who heard him say it,
it's pretty obvious.
Was pretty obvious he was speaking about himself. He didn't even say anything about Mike McDaniel. To now put him in the boat of, oh, he's getting coaches run up out of there. Like, all right, man. Like, listen, he sucked this year. Okay, that's what he put on film.
Yep.
He's got to own that. And when he was talking about the fresh start, he wasn't talking about the coach or anything like that. When he was talking about his previous coach, it really was only from the standpoint of how Mike McDaniel treated him versus what Flores did. It wasn't a matter of just
listen. He definitely took shots at Flores when he did. Left. And he said that he said he wasn't a good person. He said that on the Levitard show that he wasn't a good person, which was probably running up the score on him. Like, he obviously didn't like Brian Flores. Brian Flores didn't seem to like him or didn't treat him well. But Stephen A., like, that's not what he was talking about, dude. He wasn't talking about a fresh start with the coach. He was talking about a fresh start for himself. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't mean he doesn't feel that way, but that's not what his quote was.
But the problem is there's so many people that don't hear those comments from how we heard them and understand the situation. And so now,
yeah, he said a fresh start would be dope. That's what he said.
And so I think guys like that, like Stephen A., shouldn't they be a little more responsible?
No.
So that the wrong message doesn't get out there, or is it all about?
What are you talking about? It's all about the ratings, because look what he did with the Jets. Right. He said that Dante Moore shouldn't come out if he, gets drafted by the Jets. And then Garrett Wilson called him, damn, you have to be a sellout and a goof to be on First Take. And then what happened next day? Oh, I wasn't talking about you, Garrett. I was just trying to get you help. And I'm like, well, if you're trying to get him help.
Right. Exactly. But that's my point.
So that's what I'm saying. It was all about that. But when he here's the thing with Stephen A. He'll say it, but there's certain guys he knows he'll act, I don't care. And then there's certain guys he knows he can't do it too. So then he'll try to do the I wasn't talking about you. I was just talking about your organization and everything. I'm like, come on now, bro. Well, that's my guy, but yeah, man. That was lame.
Really?
What?
Shams Charania.
Uh-oh.
Justin.
Who got traded?
For the first time, the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining offers on potentially moving two-time All-Star Ja Morant.
No.
Here we go again.
No. Look, everybody. Wait.
You saw how he interrupted the whole conversation to be like,
yes. No, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. We're not doing this.
Please, not on a
We
Friday.
are not doing this.
He says.
No.
Hold on. Just let me finish. The news. Multiple teams are pursuing Morant in trade talks, and rival executives believe the Grizzlies would prioritize draft picks and young players in return for Morant. Well, good luck, dude. You'll get what you get, and you don't get upset, okay?
Who are you talking to?
The Grizzlies.
Wait, what? You talking like you have a say in the matter.
Memphis is considering multiple paths forward amid emergence of several promising young players, including building around 2023 Defensive Player of the Year Jaren Jackson Jr. The Grizzlies remain open to continue on with Morant as the focal point of their retool. Well, it doesn't sound like you do, dude, does it? Arguably,
It's not interesting.
It's not.
What?
Move on. Let's
What
move
do you mean
on.
it's not interesting?
It's not.
It's
It's
a
not.
little interesting. It's
Because
a little.
let me
a
explain
little
something to you. It's about as interesting when I said, "Hey, what about Jon-Eric?" Oh, we're talking about the Canes right now. We ain't talking about that. We ain't got time for that. That's
I'm sorry, that was, it was just happening. We were in the mixed bag. It's a mixed segment.
And it's done now. So
it's done. So hopefully we'll never have to talk about this.
Keep
Yeah,
fawning over
next
Ja Morant.
segment.
He fawns over this man like there's no tomorrow.
Dude.
He's not even looking at you straight. Stop looking outside the
He's
window,
looking,
sir.
no, he's looking at
He's looking at the Heat.
Yes, he's looking at the
Tobin.
Kaseya Center.
Tobin.
He wants him to do it now that Trey Young got traded to Leroy.
Can I ask you a question?
He wants this move so bad.
Why do you think that guys who have issues off the court and that their last team wants to get rid of them, why do you think it's going to get better when they get here?
I didn't even say that I wanted them. I just said it's interesting.
Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
Go to break.
Minus one for lying. Minus one for lying on the way out.
-1 for lying for sass.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Final hour of the week here. And then we got a whole damn week talking about your Miami Hurricanes in the mother bleeping national championship game, dude. Winners last night over Ole Miss in a thriller. This has been an incredible run. What a time to be alive right now. Get to our headlines here. Brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. Triple B, big balls back yesterday. 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a go-ahead touchdown run. He got the offensive player of the game from Verbo, who Mario Cristobal had 0 time for on his stage. Like, would you mind leaving your stage? He doesn't like the suits on his stage. I agree with him. Does anybody like those suits on the stage? Is it really necessary?
You know what I keep thinking of? And his name? Right? Like, everybody shouldn't be up there.
No.
And
like, Dolores, we need you to go up there and give a speech about the trophy. And she was like a deer in headlights. She goes, well, everybody, the Verbo.
Which means if she's uncomfortable, just don't make her do it.
It's the first time she's probably had to do this.
Again, listen, usually what happens is one of the announcers or the guys who do the game will go up, congratulate the team, and then they'll say, and so from Verbo are presenting the trophy. That's it. No comments.
Right.
The professional speaker is speaking.
No, look, I'm not gonna book.
It's not gonna make me go book Verbo right now because
I do like your
there
commercials.
talking.
I love the Nick Saban commercials. I think they're genius. The idea of Nick Saban as your landlord is hilarious, or your Verbo host.
It's hilarious when they're all cuddling in the hot tub and he's sitting across from him.
Puts a limit on the showers.
5-minute showers. This is not a spa.
Those are great commercials. Just play that. You know, why can't Nick Saban represent Verbo?
Why can't Nick Saban give the trophy out?
Yeah, why? You know, like, I don't understand why they need to put her up there with that ugly blazer, and they're like, you know, this is what we do. But I will say that trophy is crazy. Like, I was talking to Brittany about this. I was like, do you like that trophy? I couldn't figure it out, and then the guy's just like, hey, check it out, dude. The gold ball detaches. I was like, whoa, this thing has trinkets.
I got to tell you, in all the championships that have been played for, if you win a college football championship, you leave with like so much hardware.
Yeah, dude.
Forget just the little crystal ball at the end. But every time you win a bowl game, they give a big old trophy.
By the way, I've thought this entire week that the Fiesta Bowl was still sponsored by Tostitos, and it apparently hasn't been the sponsor for 10 years.
Yeah, dude, we talked about this yesterday.
I mean, we just call it that.
Yeah.
Right? I still call it the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
I thought I was coming in this week. I was like, maybe I'll bring in some tortilla chips. Makes no sense. It's the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Dr. Pepper, though, is the sponsor for the championship. Easy. Tonight is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Get it right. Do they have the cow
Can
up
I
there?
just tell you, in the history of bowls, because I'm familiar with all these bowls, like the biggest bowls were Cotton Bowl, Rose Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl. Like, I don't know how they got into it, because you don't mention Peach Bowl in the same breath with Rose Bowl.
No, Peach Bowl's a secondary bowl.
But they've been in the playoff the whole time.
No, I know. They found their way in. I don't know how that was.
Atlanta needed something.
Atlanta. It has more to do with Atlanta, right?
Yeah, because New Orleans has the Sugar Bowl, even though but Atlanta's been trying to get something that, you know.
Cali has the Rose Bowl, which is the granddaddy of them all.
And that might be moving from Pasadena.
What?
Yeah.
It rains one time?
Yeah.
No, you can't. The Rose Bowl is a staple.
Guess what? So was the Orange Bowl.
But they still play the Orange Bowl.
Right, but they don't play it in the stadium that it was. What the Rose Bowl will be the Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl is the All right.
Listen,
Listen, don't take-
UCLA's not even trying to play.
We
in the
can't
Rose
take
Bowl
away
anymore.
Leroy's plaque. They got to move it.
Well, now Leroy, they're gonna move your plaque. Yeah, they're trying to move it into SoFi now.
Enough of SoFi.
The SoFi Rose Bowl.
They could call it the Rose Bowl. Just play it in SoFi.
The Rose is here, brought to you by Verbo.
How you can't? I mean, the Rose Bowl parade is not the same if it's not in Pasadena.
I feel like you've been to. Well, you probably been to the Rose Bowl parade. No, there's no way you could have been at the Rose Bowl parade because you had the game.
Did you ever go to the Rose Bowl parade after playing?
No, it's beforehand.
So
It's the same. It's before the game.
I didn't know if you get brought back as an MVP of the Rose Bowl. I didn't know if
I've been brought back, but when you bring you back, to do the unveiling, they it's not like a parade or nothing. They do it like right in front of the wall.
Danny wants to chime in. Hello, Danny.
Yo,
what's up?
This is Dan from Columbus. How's it going?
It's good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is a question for Tobes.
Hey.
It's a Miami Heat question, and there's a little follow-up question.
Fair enough.
So I watched your trade ideas video the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I happened to notice Tyler Hero is in basically all of them.
Whoa.
Are you out on Tyler Hero?
Whoa.
Hey,
dude.
nothing like nothing like a color.
Wow, hold on. Was he in all of them?
Almost. I'm pretty sure about maybe all of them except for one.
Interesting. Well, in trades, math has to work, so I was doing big trades with the Terry Rozier contract, and, it just happened to work out that way. You have to have the math. It had nothing to do with Tyler Hero. I mean, they
Nothing
do have
to do with Tyler, even though Norman's probably going to be about the same player.
Well, is he the same player? I don't know. That's hard to say. I wouldn't know. haven't seen Tyler Hero on the court very much this year, so it's nothing against Tyler Hero. I was just like, well,
What I like? I like this guy. You know why? You see how he calmly stepped into it, and Tobin was paying attention. Then all of a sudden, Tobin got the look like, uh-oh.
Caught him off guard.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. I had one trade. I had Wiggins and Terry
Whoa,
Rozier.
whoa. Hold on. What are we doing with Wiggins?
I think you were not here for that one, Leroy.
Yeah,
Leroy.
And we told you about this.
Leroy.
He been trying to trade Wiggins since I was gone.
No, Leroy. He's always been trying to trade Wiggins.
I'm not trying to trade anybody.
Leroy, but it's a way Leroy gets all like petrified. This guy's been always trying to trade Wiggins. Your favorite players are gone.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Wiggs, man. He's got some high value right now.
Yeah. Well, my idea there was to trade for Anthony Davis, but guess what happened last night?
He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, inevitably.
Wait,
you want to hear my follow-up question?
Yes, I would like.
I don't think you're going to give me the truth about Hero.
I feel like I did give you the truth.
No, you didn't. You're right. Welcome to my world.
Interesting. What is your? Go ahead, Dan. What is your second follow-up question?
My follow-up question is, this year's kind of a year of discovery, as they've been calling it. We've got all these exciting young players that we want to develop, but we also have a big commitment to Bam Adebayo. We brought in Norm. Those two are besties now. Tyler Hero has not been looking happy lately, for obvious reasons, and that's because he's not eligible for awards. He's watching the team do well without him, and then when he's on the floor, they forget how to play basketball. So I was wondering what direction you would like to see Miami go in. Do you want to see them kind of move youth around for a star player like Ja Morant?
Interesting.
Or are you trying to keep the youth?
Wow. I think these are interesting questions, Dan, and I have to think about them. But I will think that over.
You liar!
It break right.
Let me make a video on it. I'll watch it
maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Such a fraud.
What do you mean, dude?
You.
Why do
The way you answered both of his questions.
Yes, and then stopped on that.
I
have never met a man who gets caught and then always try to cover his ass. You like
a fraud.
Spit it out.
What?
You know what you would do. You know how you feel.
His mind during those questions was like this, trying to find out how to lie.
Oh my goodness, Tobin! You know what was great about that? Because I would have lost my mind. I would have been loud. I would have been all over the place. I would have been Stephen A. on you, right?
Sure.
Because catching you. He's like, And I would like to follow up on that. I'm like,
I didn't realize I was hosting a press conference here.
And the questions,
And also apologize for hanging up on him.
Yeah,
hang up on him. I got to think it over. I didn't have an answer for him.
Hey, that's what he does. That's what he does.
What was the question again?
No, you know what the damn question was.
Again, what direction?
He said, "You've always been grateful for the youth. You talk about the youth or whatever. Why are you trying to hawk them to get a player?"
I'm not trying to. Right now, there's not really a guy out there that I think I want that much other than Anthony Edwards. If it was Anthony Edwards, I'd give up everything.
How many players have you tossed out there in the trade room? You talk about Trey. I had to fight you over Trey. I don't want to hear it. You would have taken Trey on your team.
I want to get a pick. I want to get a pick. Okay. So there was that.
But you got to play with a garden gnome.
Here's the thing. I did the Terry Rozier thing because the Heat opted to keep Terry Rozier's contract and not opt out of it to save some money, which made me go, what are they working on? And then I just perused the trade machine and thought about, who could they get with this extra money? And if I paired that money with somebody, say, in this example, I use Tyler Hero frequently, but it has nothing to do with Tyler Hero. It was just the math. And so
I'm sure he would take it that way too.
I don't know how
his name is up on all of your trade requests.
I don't know. I don't know how he would take it.
You think, he's just Tobin just trying to figure something out.
It really has nothing to do. I mean, Tyler Hero's a perfectly fine young man. I have nothing. Very talented basketball player. I wish he would play a little bit more, but feet are tough.
Every time he's played, they've looked awful.
That's your words, not mine. But I wouldn't exactly count it.
Facts. That's facts.
Point.
I'm not making it. Am I giving an opinion or am I stating facts?
So when I threw out there the potential,
he just blew by.
If I threw out the potential of Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, and a first-round pick for Trey Murphy and Zion Williamson, I was just,
Why do you want Zion?
I mean, I just dunks, dude. I mean, it would be fun. But then,
if you had the perfect team, the team that you wanted, know how bad this team would be?
Don't know.
Do you understand how bad this team would be?
Here's the thing.
No. Do you understand how bad this team was getting if we got every player that you got all warm and fuzzy about? They would be terrible because they'd be hurt or somebody would be in trouble off the field.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. Hold on. Let's say in trouble. There's nothing wrong with being horny. That's just what Zion's vice is, okay?
And what about Ja?
He horny too.
He's horny for guns.
With a gun trigger.
Like, do you not? Man, have you been around this organization? You think they signed up for that foolishness?
I don't know what they signed
up
for.
You do know.
By the way, they took before the game was canceled yesterday. You know what happened? Eric Spoelstra took Kel'el Ware out of the starting lineup for Tyler Hero.
Oh, he was bitching after that.
I don't know if there was complaints. I just know that
Ira question. He was like,
that was the decision. So Tyler Hero,
he benched.
He was going to start yesterday. It was Kel'el was going to start on the bench again because Tyler was kind of being frosty after the last game.
Well, Vucevic is supposed to play, and Vucevic. Does he own Bam? Like he be busting Bam's ass.
He hasn't been busting anybody. All he's been doing is cracking jokes. Vucevic is washed.
You know what? And here's what the comments would have been. He hasn't done nothing all the time, and all of a sudden he come in and now he's playing like he's the greatest big in the league.
It sounds like what he said on Tuesday after Rudy Gobert busted Bam's ass.
He did. Well,
he don't bust nobody's ass, but you made it a point to say second game in 4 days that Rudy Gobert.
Well, he shut down. He shut him down more than he busted his ass.
I mean, he had 14 points.
Bam busted his own ass because his jump shot's busted right now. Shooting like the third little pig out there. House full of bricks.
You do know that Ja Morant's field goal percentage and shooting has waned.
I always wonder.
He doesn't know. Dude, you know what? He wants NBA players like you give ring protection. Like you could go back 15 years, you giving ring protection. If a guy had a great year 5 years ago, he's still talking about I want him.
I didn't even say that I want him. All I said was interesting. You guys are jumping to conclusions, and I feel
what the hell does trade machine mean?
I feel attacked.
You lie. After the fact, you lie. Why are you lying, Tobin? Why are you lying, Tobin?
Hey, I wanted Ja Morant. I didn't say I was interested in Ja Morant. All I did was read a Shams Charania tweet, and you've never
shown
not
the
a
interest. Wait, you've never in previous shows have shown the interest in Ja Morant.
Exactly.
You
no. Answer the question. Answer that question.
You have
I don't.
before.
What question?
See, here we go. This is how he does it. This is
up,
how he
you
does
know?
it.
There's
You
so many
at
attacks.
no point in time, at any time in this show, that you got all excited about the possibility of having Ja Morant, and me and you argued about it. It's not that hard.
I didn't say that I wanted him.
Dude, we almost got in a fist fight in the studio over Ja Morant because you did
a tweet. You know, he's got apologizing to do. He called Khalil Ware a pigeon. I don't know that that's going to work. Ja Morant, Andrew Wiggins, swap them out. You think that the Heat have a better record with Andrew Wiggins? Be honest, Posh.
Yes. Here's why. Because Wiggins plays on both sides of the ball.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
You live.
Isn't that evidence of your fawning over Ja Morant?
That was preseason.
Oh my goodness. Nobody cared.
Andrew Wiggins.
Terrible.
The facts have changed. The facts have changed.
Tobin's a fraud.
You're the worst.
What?
Tobin's
Why do you do this?
You've already
This is
gotten
what-
nominated for our
So,
last segment, by the way.
Hold on. Let me explain something to you. One of the reasons why I get so upset with Tobin, right? And you guys call me Debbie Downer and you call me I'm ruining the part. It's because this guy lies. He said
what?
He 1 week we'll be having we'll be fighting over something, and then the next week when I bring it up again, he'll say, I didn't say that. You misinterpreted my words. See, no.
You do misinterpret my words. Are you
Really?
so
I want Ja Morant. How can I confuse those words?
I'm sorry.
Wait, please explain to me. How did I confuse? I want Ja Morant. Get rid of Wiggins.
I didn't say I wanted Ja Morant. I said,
Tobin,
I said,
please.
would they be a better team if you
Stop
swapped Wiggins
for
for
the
life?
For the life of all that is true and holy, just take the zero.
No,
Take that
I'm not going to be
Take the
pigeonholed into something that I did not do.
You're the one who wanted Ja Morant. All of us disagreed.
Initially. But Norman Powell changed me. See?
Really?
No, but you already that confirms that you initially wanted him. Okay,
my whole
you wanted
conversation
him.
was Tobin.
And I want Ja Morant. And by the way, you know, I just
Whoa. Did you just hear that?
Go
you
back.
cut it
Run
off.
it back.
You cut it off. You didn't let me
Okay.
finish. So I am what I am, and I want Ja Morant. And by the way, you know, I just
You trading Lil Jovic for Ja? See,
I got to talk about it. He was playing bad at that time, though.
Dude,
He was
we
really
have
bad. Really bad.
Tobin, we have
Wait, that's now three. That's now 3 times.
Wait.
What a Ja Morant.
I got 7.
7.
I've got
times.
7 of
There's
them.
more? We got to go to break. We have to be.
This is what you said.
Give me Ja Morant. You sure that's me?
You sure?
What's that, AI?
You sure it's
Artificial Tobin?
What do you mean? Give me him to what?
I'm on the show. We have video too.
Oh my God. You say you sure that's me? That is
Wait.
Tobin, just take the L.
Take
and
the
move
L,
on.
buddy.
Take the L.
Take the L.
Maybe I'll take a J and an A.
Clip that too.
Take a break. Back after this. All right, quick segment here.
Why?
Because
The lying? The fraudulence?
I'm not being fraudulent about anything. You guys are bullies.
What? You're certainly not being truthful.
I think I've been truthful.
No, really?
Yeah.
Just slide right there.
he's like, you just lied right there.
We got to play Dead to Me before we get out of here today. But first, we got a giveaway. One last giveaway today for Real American Freestyle, which is coming to Amarin Bank Arena tomorrow. Colby Covington takes on Luke Rockhold. And we got one last 4-pack of tickets to give away. Just keep listening to our show for details on how you can win. Well, here's your details. Be caller number 3 right now. Caller 3.
Should have did caller 7 for all them damn lies you told last segment.
I didn't tell any lies.
You lied, man.
I didn't tell any lies.
No,
I'm allowed to
you
change
didn't
my
lie,
mind.
but you
I'm like
certainly
Giannis.
had a very large fabrication of the truth.
Oh, wait a minute.
So hold on, you're allowed to change your mind, but that means that you were not lying about
You
wanting
gotta
Ja
admit-
Morant.
J-Fig.
You gotta tell the truth about wanting Ja.
Jennifer.
I don't want Ja.
Wait a minute.
No, you wanted him.
At a certain
I got you,
price.
Vlad.
I mean, like if there's something too good to be, too good to be true. I mean, we gotta have a talk about it.
Didn't yesterday you go in on Giannis?
Oh, what a phony!
And then now you're like, I'm like Giannis now?
Well, if he can be a human, I can be a
So
human.
if he could be a phony, you can be a phony?
I'm just saying. This guy's sitting here and he's like, "Oh, I have the right to change my mind." I'm not allowed to change my mind.
Yeah, but you got it. Wait, it's okay to change your mind.
Mhm.
But the problem is you deny what you changed your mind about. So technically, there's
Oh my
no
God.
mind changing if you don't admit to ever wanting in the first place.
Okay, listen.
No.
Let me tell you. I'm going to set the record straight.
Yeah.
I wanted Ja, but now I got Ya Cachonis. So I'm a Ya Cachonis guy now. I don't need Ja Morant.
Dude, if the right person comes up, you would throw his ass in a trade.
I'm telling no, dude. I
Yes,
love
you
Ya
will.
Cachonis.
You get because you get mad at us and say, hey, dummies, you got to give up something to get something. So you'll throw anybody on that list. Stop it.
I'm sorry. My eyes have been open. You see that shooting from the kid? A point guard who can shoot? That's not something Ja can do.
Which is all things I pointed to you earlier in the year.
Did you?
Yeah, because you know what you start doing? Dunks.
Well, that's the thing with Ja. He doesn't dunk anymore. It kind of sucks.
He just
I'm not
finger
here.
rolls.
I'm not here to do more floaters. We got enough of those. Trust me.
Baby float.
I am floated out. So, anyway, gotta take a break. Play a little "You're Dead to Me" to close things out. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. We've had fun. Ladies and gentlemen. What does this guy want? That guy's probably wanted the prize. Somebody going to the wrestling thing, Vlad? Who's going tomorrow?
Mr. Howard Rittman.
Oh, congrats.
He's taking
to
his son who just celebrated his 13th birthday. It's like an extended birthday gift. So,
very cool.
Yes.
Well, maybe I'll see him there. I'm taking my son. I'm taking my son tomorrow to
nice
to freestyle wrestling to go check it out. Looking forward to it at the Amerant Bank Arena and to see all that action. Tommy Tobin, who could not get up for the pool jump yesterday. He was too tired. He was tuckered out. In fairness, he did go hard at jiu-jitsu. He was probably exhausted. He's like, wake me up. It's like, well, I tried. He goes, it's okay. Just let me sleep right here. Shh. I'm like, you just dream your sweet little Cane's dreams, Tommy. Don't you worry about it. I got the pool, buddy. Now for the national championship, I'm just going to take him out of the bed and he can. We're going in, and there's no rules for the natty.
You understand? If your son is sleepy and he jumps in the pool, he's going to be wide awake again.
Yep. But there's no rules for the natty. Mrs. Tobin's just going to have to understand.
You know he's coming off a day off already.
That's true.
By the way, I'm more than sure Mrs. Tobin ain't going to give a damn about that game. You're going to be in some trouble.
She's not going to want to be awakened around midnight.
True.
Tuesday.
Here's who's dead to me. It's that referee Snodgrass. I knew you were going to be up to something. I don't like him. His name is Snodgrass. And also your little buddy there in the booth. Always agreeing with you. Yeah, you like the call. Of course you do. Dead to me.
Are they like the most unnecessary part of the game? The official that's not going to snitch on the other official in the booth?
Yeah, I don't like it.
You need a Blandino.
Right. Doesn't care
He
anymore.
don't care anymore.
Out of the game.
Tells you, I'm sick of this tush push, man. Get this out of the game. It's annoying.
Yeah, you can't stop it. That's why.
Who's dead to you, Leroy?
You're dead to me.
The flu.
Whoa.
Because I'm going to tell you why. Because if what I'm hearing is accurate and half the team was sick and had the flu, if they would have lost that game because everybody was dehydrated, that would have sucked.
Gotta stay hydrated, champ.
I mean, it's just, it happens. It would have been an unfortunate thing. Because,
is that a thing?
Huh?
People are saying that the whole team had the flu? Or half the
That's
team
what,
had the flu?
that's what Mario said.
He said that a lot of them had.
He said a lot of guys were sick, banged up. Guys had the flu, and they fought through it. Hey,
keep up with everything.
They got that Pedialyte. Y'all got to get up on that Pedialyte. We used to drink one of them jugs before every game of Pedialyte. You couldn't poop for 2 days, but that's a whole nother conversation. We was hydrated.
I was too busy watching Michael Irvin beat the holy hell out of a water cooler.
That's what he does. That's belt to ass.
I know.
Hey, you know what's amazing? You see how reserved everybody else was, from both the Ole Miss greats to the Miami greats, and Michael Irvin sweating. Just, oh my god!
But nobody's in his class as far as crazy. That's the thing. Is everybody?
Is it crazy,
dude?
It's not crazy.
It's not. It's Michael. It's the playmaker, man. It's not crazy.
It's not. Put it this way: crazy is when you do something outside of who you are. Michael Irvin, that fits right in with who he is. So he ain't being crazy. He being Michael Irvin. Although I do say he is, like for no activity, he certainly sweats like he just played a football game.
I just saw a clip with him telling Mike Cunha, I almost thrown out my arm from beating the water cooler. He's like, but I got one more in me. Jennifer, who's dead to you?
I had something in mind. of what was said to me today, but I lost all a thought process after all your lies.
I haven't lied.
She's dead. Wow, you're dead to her.
Tobin, you made Vlad work overtime in finding these audio clips so quickly during the segment.
And then you denied him.
Still called him a liar.
Why do you make it look like he's got to use the Dewey Decimal System? We have a thing that you type in Ja, and all of
It doesn't
Ja
matter.
clicks
But
come
you
up.
made him do extra work. And you know what? You still said that was not true.
I don't know the context
All
or
this
time of those
useless
clips.
lying is just what gets me. That just makes me feel like you're my nomination.
I'm sorry, Jennifer, that you want Ja Morant and that you're decided that you want Ja Morant so much.
Don't put words in my
and
mouth.
so I'm a little bit more.
This is how rumors start, and you know what? You're doing it all over again.
not
Minus
doing
one,
anything.
and
If-
you're dead to me.
If you want Ja Morant, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just
Damn,
a
she
little.
gave you a -1 and you're dead to her.
I
Wow.
just I don't understand what she's
Minus
so mad about.
one.
Combo.
Minus
one.
one.
So
Because
upset about.
there's so much deceit going on,
There's no deceit.
and you refuse to accept it.
Yeah.
No, I would accept it if it was in stone, but you guys take
In
snippets.
stone, what more in stone
I'm
could
a
it be?
man.
It's on audio.
You take snippets. I'm
Wait.
a man who speaks 4 hours a day, 5
Okay.
days a week. Who knows what we were
See,
So
talking
what
about?
about me?
you're doing
What
it all
about
over
what about me when you say that stuff to me and I get mad because I know for a fact that you ain't gonna never admit that you said this 2 weeks from now.
I don't have to admit anything. I mean, if I felt some way at a certain time, but I feel something different, that's
You're
how it is.
denying
That's
even
all.
saying it. You're not saying
I
you
just
changed your
denied
mind.
After he just heard like 5 clips.
I've never
there's
denied
still more.
saying. Hold on.
Yes, you did. Yes,
No, I
you
didn't.
did. That's why we
I
had to
didn't.
get the clips.
Do
This
we
is why
have
you're
to
not-
go ahead and play
Oh
last
my
segment all
goodness.
over again?
You are right now. You are
I-
just being.
I got to be honest with you. This is why you two should be in a playpen because you're two toddlers.
Okay.
if you
now
were
wanna
if
get
you were
it.
gro- if you were grown-ups,
wow.
if you were grown-ups and we could have a grown-up conversation about it, I'd be happy to, but you don't. You just it's like talking to
You're
two
not being
people.
grown up right now.
I never said that I never wanted Ja Morant.
You
Those
did.
words Never.
You
came out of my mouth.
that's what started this whole
Get ready,
conversation.
Get ready, Vlad. Get ready.
Vlad, who's dead to you?
You.
Oh, man.
Wow, that was kind of
Yeah.
evil, Jennifer.
That was evil.
You're She can't be trusted.
Who can't be
You
trusted?
can't be trusted. What are you
She's
talking
trying-
about?
She's a deflector. She's
The only
sitting
thing that was missing was it
You're the
places
one
the
who
lotion
wanted
in the
to-
basket.
All of us disagree.
Initially. But Norman Powell changed
Like-
me. Yeah, see? Norman Powell's pretty new to the team. I mean, obviously
Give
I've
me
changed.
Ja Morant.
Who knows when that was?
I could tell you when it was.
That we have this. Yes.
We have the dates.
Go ahead.
December 12th, 2025.
So a whole year ago?
Oh,
Man.
whole
No,
year ago.
last month.
What are you talking about?
Last month.
Almost 1 month ago.
3 weeks ago.
Cut it out.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's out of context. There's no way I
Oh
would
my
have said that.
God, you said
That's
3
insane.
weeks ago you said
You're
that.
insane.
Wait, when I get mad, when he says stuff like this, and then he goes, "Have a little fun, baby."
Just have a little fun.
You guys don't
Yeah.
Give me the time, the date one more time, and I'm gonna go ahead and clip it in video.
Big time. I mean, a whole clip from last year. Good for you.
You mean last month?
No, last year, 2025. We're in 2026. Let's move forward.
Month. Okay.
You know,
Onward.
we're only 9 days into the new year?
Onward.
Ridiculous.
Moving onward.
Oh my.
Is
So
Jennifer-
are you saying on this day you do not want Ja Morant?
Yeah, that's the question we on
You're
right
taking
now.
way too long in this. Taking way too long.
I mean,
That means
not
yes.
want Ja Morant no matter what. Like, so if they said,
No
"Hey,
matter what.
you guys can get Ja Morant for Myron Gardner and Terry Rozier's contract," I'm going to say no to that. No, I would like Ja Morant.
I still
Would I-
wouldn't take Ja
Would I
Morant.
give up Kalel, Nico, Casper?
Yeah, but you do. You understand. You
No.
understand that even getting that stuff off your books, now you're hooked to Ja for 2 years.
I don't think that's that bad. I don't think it's that bad a contract. It's not too bad. Can he handle down here? These are all questions. But you guys are interrupting with Vlad and who's dead to him. I mean, it's very rude of you.
Oh my goodness.
Very rude of you. Sorry, Vlad.
It's kind of hard to be upset with anything.
It's a good day.
It's been a good week.
It's a good day,
It's
dude.
been a good day.
You know?
You know? I don't. You know what? Nobody's dead to me.
We got Jon-Eric Sullivan We got the Canes. We got the Heat not having to play last night.
You know what? Yes. All right. You're right. Come on, NBA. Come on, NHL. How you don't have something to cool the ice from melting? Are you telling me an unseasonably warm day in Chicago in the winter causes condensation on the court?
Something else had to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't that hot. It was like
it was humid.
It was like in the 50s. It was humid, but like they played hockey there forever.
Like, what are we talking about?
I don't understand it.
That's what's that to me. Like not being able.
It almost sounds like the Tobins are running that.
What do you mean?
Oh man,
with all the chicanery to explain what happened.
I'm not going to take.
Funny that
I got to be honest with you. No bit. I'm not going to take pot shots the rest of the week. I'm just not. Like you guys are being immature.
Oh, you're not going to take it for the rest of the week, but you're going to take it for another 3 minutes.
The week is almost over.
I feel it's
that reminded me of what else was dead to me. You and the way that you described the court last night. Okay.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, it's like
a moist court. When you
wait a
minute. Hold on.
If you have a problem,
hold on. Vlad, wait, I got it right here. So
what in the world?
Yeah, exactly. Vlad. Thank you so much, by the way.
So this is why it's
Vlad is flabbergasted.
This is why it's crazy.
It's really not that crazy.
Okay.
How is a court? Huh?
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this straight.
No.
No. I want to be clear about this.
Here.
Leroy, it literally just was last night. It's not that far.
Ethan is great.
Say, how about the Heat game being so delayed? They're playing boxing right now. Why? Court in Chicago is too moist. -1 for word choice.
That was Jennifer.
Yeah, I gave you a -1.
Marco said, I gave you a -1 because I didn't even think about it until you mentioned it. And then Marco said, keep that court away from Zion. J-Fix said I didn't do anything. Nobody thought that except you. More like Marcos. Then here comes old show pony. Moist is completely acceptable word. Don't make me pretend I can spell condensation.
Well, it would have been better if he actually misspelled it.
And then Jennifer says, I preferred that word. I responded, now that's funny. The man admitted he can't spell condensation. Moist was the closest thing.
I didn't know that moist was off the table, but I guess it's off the table.
Jennifer goes into the dark web and says, no reports are saying moist cord delay.
They were saying slick.
No, a lot of them were saying condensation. Okay, sir.
Yeah, I told you I didn't want to spell condensation. I was scared.
C-O-N.
You knew it 2 seconds before.
S-A-T-I-O-N. That's it.
I mean, I didn't think about it that much. I really didn't think moist was an inappropriate word.
We're on a Bulls court, and you're saying it's moist. That's craziness.
I don't think that deep.
Clearly.
You know? Having a little fun, baby. Hey, we gotta
There we go. That's what he throws at everybody for not letting them.
By the way, just for the record on our group chat, I'm not the one who sent us like 4 pictures of Michael Irvin arching his back. Jennifer,
it was funny.
Acting like I have the horniest texts. That's obviously Marcos.
That's crazy. That's not me.
All right, everybody. That's our show. Congrats to the Canes. Congrats to Mario Cristobal, Malachi Toney, for Big Balls Beck, and to everybody here. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you rascals on Monday.